Hiya folk, we are so glad that you're joining us chasing Foxfires, our home game of Dungeons & Dragons. Before we start, quick shout out to Syrinscape, an amazing program that helps you manage your soundtracks as well as a variety of sound effects. They've been an absolute lifesaver when we've been forced to move from the table to the online space. So definitely check them out at Syrinscape.com. Since it's been some time. You actually had a really wholesome session last time.
Yeah.
It started with a bit of study as you tried to make sense of what was left in the study of the palace, the tuning forks, and then the remainder of said palace. You had a rest and you were about to continue your explorations when a knock on the door alerted you to an unexpected visitor. After some prompting, this man introduced himself as Kynan, someone who apparently has been bringing food supplies to Ramazor. He was visibly quite scared and shaken to, one, find such a big group of people, and two, see a new person wear this necklace that to him was a symbol of power. After some coercing, you more or less forced him to join you for breakfast, where you tried to glean some more information from him regarding the cult of the Eternal Winter. You continued your explorations. You found a somewhat morbid altar before you decided to make your way to the nearby village and throw a big "Hooray, your dictator is now dead" party. The journey to said village was only a few hours, and it was your introduction to traveling in the Frostvale, which did not sit too well with some of you.
Okay, buddy.
In the village, you were greeted by Rakrego, a white dragonborn, a race that you've never encountered before. You convinced him to let you through this party, and we left off with the village slowly having filtered into Sam's magnificent mansion, which is currently set up to have a small stage, tiers of seated tables, and space for a potential performance.
And lots of food being shipped out
by ghostly Sams.
Of course.
Yes. While people were kind of hesitantly filtering in and starting to partake, Eridrean, you let Reaver know that you wanted to leave them with a gift at some point. So we left off at this really subdued party. People moving into the mansion and hesitantly taking drinks. There's a lot of exchanged glances between people looking at each other like, are you taking the first sip? Am I taking the first sip? Okay, we're not dead yet. This might be good.
Two things. One, the idea of Eridrean leaving them a gift behind just makes you think he's going to leave a deuce in their toilet.
Classic Finn.
It's just beef, a shit-eating brain. But Finn will also if people are like, I don't want to be the first one to get poisoned, I'm just gonna go take a little take some appetizer and go, you guys know this is free, right? And just go around and just keep going and just fill my boots.
Flash forward to the way.
There's the attitude doesn't necessarily change, but you do see that when you take the first sip, people do the whole okay, if he's drinking, then they're probably not poisoning their own kind.
Maybe.
What are the appetizers, might I ask?
What would you like them to be? That's literally how this works. What can you imagine?
Pizza balls.
Folded. Everything.
Finn is no longer allowed to make requests of the porters.
Okay.
Do you need to fold it if it's in a ball though? Balls are just spherical folding. Yeah,
I bet you just squish it and then fold it just to make it wider.
See, this is why he's our wizard, and he's got the intelligence.
Folding a space-time continuum knowledge.
Well, yeah, it's all about
Next, people are widely walking around you.
Max has got his own little special high table with gilded edges and almost like a throne chair.
Okay.
If he wants it.
I was about to ask where the fuck.
Didn't want to be that guy.
Same page. Like, it was an afterthought, and then Sam was like, I can shake reality here.
I'm going to take the most circuitous route to get there through the biggest crowds.
As you do so, you see that definite, like, people notice you, and there's that, like, awkward, get out of the way, but try not to be too obvious about it. Really unsure what to do with themselves, as you guys have come in with this whole, yay, this guy, he's actually quite alright. He's not going to murder you all, but there's a history here of just constant death, and yeah.
Oh, hey, I think I might try that pate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sam and Finn, could I have insight checks from both of you?
Sweet.
I will allow this.
I'm moderately good at this. Oh no. Actually, sure, I am good. 18.
Okay.
Damn it.
New dice first roll. 12, and I knocked Finn over. Perfect.
Not bad.
Yep.
In both ways.
Plus.
Yeah, please go.
21.
Okay. So 18 and 21. I think both of you notice that there's not just hesitation, but there's almost a little bit of a bucket air. Like, these people have been so abused by the previous people in power that there's almost a bit of a, this might be poison, but
Apathetic kind of mentality to it.
yeah, just like, we might be poisoned today, we might be poisoned tomorrow, we might as well enjoy the pate if that's what's going to poison us.
It is good.
Pate or party?
Yes.
Yes.
Available now for a limited time. Don't take the food out. Actually, I think food is the one thing you can take out.
Well, I'll kind of mosey over to Sam. Do you have a play or a concert lined up? Is there a playbill? I'm expecting something, and I just want to be. Unless part of it is also that we're not in on it, so everyone gets wowed.
I was going to have you announce everything, actually.
Oh God, no! Please don't.
And then
No.
you got a leading role in the first performance.
No, please.
I just need you to
literally built for
sing.
this kind of stuff. I am not. Please, for the love of God, no. Just let me eat my food.
Sing Finn's up first.
Yeah, he's got this amazing solo he's been telling me about for days.
I will literally kill myself.
You're the one person we can't resurrect.
The only thing I can do is literally saw my arm up and then stick it back on. That actually doesn't matter.
I can do that too.
Well, now it's not special.
We can do it to each other.
No.
That, like, 1,000-mile stare between them, like, why am I here?
Why are you here?
He's here for slam poetry.
How is your slam poetry?
What?
Have you never done poetic battles? You seem like the type.
What? You...
What?
What?
What's so hard to understand?
Why would you face some bard thing?
Sure, if you want it to be.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Swords work. Way better.
They say that the...
No, they lie. Like, when someone says that the pen's mightier than the sword,
No, the spear is mightier than the sword.
Oh,
because you
neither.
got range.
I can teleport.
I don't know, I just mock people till they die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. So the poetry thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I've never done that. No.
Okay,
Just mocking people like that.
That's what slam poetry is. Does anyone have a performance they want to do, or shall I steal the show?
I was gonna make a leaf puppet.
That sounds amazing.
I look around.
I love it. It's
Are
like
there
a
trees?
Fringe show.
Are there trees in your mansion?
No.
No. It's okay then.
Oh no.
No.
Quickly, we can grow one. It's okay. Wait, would there be a tree? Of course there'd be a tree in your bedroom. Ridiculous.
I got a bedroom in your mansion.
Yeah.
Don't
Is
look
your
at me.
mansion a replication of our houses in Pool?
That's right.
Then no, I just have a house.
We haven't customized this.
I
yet.
need to work on it. You'll need to teach me how to actually do a puppet show
Okay.
later.
Yeah.
It's okay, walking.
I like to think you were like, and here's where you can stay, and you open it, and it's just another kitchen preparing party food, and you're like, fuck. Wait, no, it's over here. You open it, it's just like a cupboard filled with like musical instruments and props. You're like, oh no. Over here.
No, it's just a screaming void.
Open another one. It's a stable with trauma in it. You're like, I mean, technically, you could stay here.
Yeah, there's no room at the inn. Imogen? Soliloquy bemoaning the beauty of Tatiana.
Well, once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak. No, I don't have anything.
Really? Because it sounded like you did. I'll put you up in a second. That'll give you time to think of one. Next, do you want? No. You are
I'm
here
not
to.
sure they'd appreciate
Yeah,
my idea
you
of
are
a puppet
here
show.
to oversee our.
It's gonna do a live action hangman game.
Oh my god.
Any performance of Nax is going to be the opposite of live action.
Yeah, no, I think you're good insight there. Yeah. Surprisingly restrained of you.
Have any of the
It's just wild.
just as we've been here, have any of the statues came with us or anything like that? Like I'm wondering if there's like a proximity thing where they low-key have to be within a distance off.
They all stayed in the palace.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
That's fine. I think it would be really awkward if the things that were torturing these people just started stomping into the land.
just poke our heads out and you just see them running
Could have got them
across.
to do a line dance or something.
Oh, and take away the tension from them.
They could have carried me. More importantly.
They're made of metal.
Oh god, you
In
were
the
stuck.
Rita just goes and grabs food.
Have you seen my ears?
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine how much worse it would be if you had like high thermal conductivity
That's-
metal attached to you?
Actually, a point. Can I?
I understood half the words that you said there.
That's more than normal.
Because Doniirion and Eridrean are looking quite bad shape.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm just super tired. I'm not
They're
like
looking in
injured.
bad shape.
I'm
You're
not that
not.
delirious.
You're not
Delirious
injured.
is there.
Get back!
You do not have any open wounds.
I'm just exhausted.
Your fingertips are bright red with frostbite, as are your ears. And even Greki, if I remember correctly, was feeling the cold a bit. So even he would be like kind of rubbing his nose, which is just dried out from the harsh air. So yeah, there's no gashes or cuts, but you've got some burns and you're a bit
Just a wee
frostbite.
bit cold.
Can I I know that they're exhausted, and that's a greater restoration, which not particularly need to do because we've got the best night's sleep here planned. But just like a little bit of cure wounds, a little bit less restoration, just to take the edge off.
Quick question.
Yeah.
One long rest gets rid of 1 point of exhaustion, correct?
Yes.
Maybe it is worth doing.
Well,
Considering he's got 3.
3!
We could just stay all weekend.
I'll do one.
No, 3.
And just so you know, Finn, I don't think they took much damage. It's been a while because of fucking COVID, but I don't. They might be at full HP, so I
'Cause,
don't
I think
doing cure wounds would do
rested.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had a short rest in between.
We stopped off, like, they got absolutely fucked up by the snow, and we stopped off in like a little house.
Yes.
thing.
One is disadvantage on ability checks, isn't it?
That's number 2, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, your movement speed's decreased and everything.
I-
2 is speed halved, 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving.
That's a
Basically
separate
everything.
part of
Yeah.
my sheet for specifically diamond-related nonsense, and I've got 700 gold's worth of pure Colombian diamond dust. So
I've never been into that town.
That place in your wild.
It's
I mean-
coffee.
It's a very small village somewhere.
oh, this all my diamond dust comes in little baggies. And
Sorry.
I have a license, I am a doctor.
Are you sure that's damage?
I know it's gonna heal him anyways.
It's going to feel great after this.
I will just kind of I will look at Doniirion and just look at like the bone tired and I will use a greater restoration on Doniirion and then for Eridrean I will hand in a flask of whiskey that I've summoned from the portions. So some injuries cannot be healed with diamonds, only booze.
You got a second one of those?
Yeah, they're literally, and not just there's like 3 there's 3 people behind the bottles of whiskey.
And what does Greater Restoration do?
If you remove
have more of those?
level of exhaustion, you're now down to 2.
And does it heal?
No. It removes. Oh, well, unless are you possessed? Is he?
Was he?
Was he? This entire time.
I just assume. I just assume this is a nice possession, and then eventually it'll be a bad one, and then a nice one will happen again.
It's like a circle.
Thank you very much, Finn. This will save me from cutting into my emergency wine.
I'll head over to
welcome.
Nax if I've got a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
How are you feeling about the whole? I mean, you've already got the throne, which is fair, but I think do you count as the kind of ruler now that you've are these your people technically, or is it like sort of you've given them their freedom, or are you undecided?
What are your plans?
I mean, like we've toppled a lot of
Regimes.
we've toppled a lot of governments. This seems less. This seems more culty. But
You're right. Should we fill this power vacuum?
Yeah. We seem to just leave and hope for the best, and kind of 7 out of 10 times it works out. But are you thinking about like managing the place, or?
I feel we might need to install a proxy government.
Okay. I have no idea what that is.
We need to find someone to represent my interests.
Continue.
Okay. Yeah. Reaver knows none of this, so he's like, huh? Yeah, totally.
I feel somewhat responsible for here.
Progress.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what would happen if we just left. We've never really gone back and checked on anywhere we've.
Yeah, I think like was it Abletop? No, not Abletop. Was it Abletop that we?
Yeah. That was the first place we go.
Abletop was.
We checked them out
Okay,
village as well.
Liberated.
Abletop is like sort of like working itself out, which is good.
We did meet with the resistance government.
Yeah, because they kind of like messed up the drug lord, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
He had really nice eyes.
To be fair, the most significant was probably not top-plate government, but when we introduced magic to an entire continent, that could have some interest.
We should definitely check an evil top first, though.
No.
We're too important for consequences. Let's just straighten up and move
That's
on.
the most Feywild thing I've ever heard from you.
Ambassador.
I'm wounded.
There you go, slam poetry, you're getting it.
I was already dead inside.
Yeah, we noticed.
How do you give inspiration? No.
You gotta, like...
I don't care.
It's magic.
Okay. So, do you have any do you want like anyone in mind, or is there like are you gonna
Use the dragon man.
I don't want to say are you gonna make someone, but like are you gonna
Oh, that's
like
an interesting.
Promote someone.
I was joking when I said puppet show.
That's why I meant a puppet government. Yes.
Eligible for election?
I kind of like look across to like the rest of the bar and be like, I think I'm doing poorly at this. Can someone else discuss this with Nax? I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Doniirion. And I just like high five you and tag you in.
He's gonna stand like away.
Drink.
I take like drinks or whatever's on the whatever. Like I never been at a party ever. I just keep taking whatever is brought towards me, not knowing that I'm supposed to just take one at a time. So it's like anybody who walks past me with a tray, I'm like, thank you.
You're like
Thank
a
you.
3 train
Thank you.
high.
Thank you. Stop. And I start moving away from the other end.
The trick is to eat faster than they serve you.
3 of these are drinks.
Hors d'oeuvres.
I'll just go find a table and set everything down.
Right, so what is up first? Up as government or performance?
I think people
Why not both? A play about how we're going to take over your
I think I'm
government.
giving people time to get comfortable and eat before performance kicks in, because that can be kind of distracting, especially when it's me. So, as a consideration to other people, we do need a warm-up act. but he's busy writing.
You're right, it is rather cold.
Finn is pointedly just looking at like this slice of bread that he's folded double.
Sandwiches.
Like imitates art, imitates life.
I'm not performing. No.
Perform surgery all the time.
That's different because the fucking audience doesn't talk back most of the time.
I think it's generally considered rude when they talk during this course.
But I thought that was part of it. You know, someone goes on stage, they say something, you say something devastation back, they stay quiet.
Finn, that's a conversation.
See, this is why I'm not cut out for this.
Yes, you aren't.
I'm glad that's evident.
I've been fooled. The easiest way to be one's own warm-up act is
to change your face and
Excellent. I transform into Finn.
Okay.
I cast Enhance ability, Eagle Splendor for charisma, advantage on charisma chance.
Okay, do you transform or just mask many faces, polymorph kind of?
No, I go deep.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no, I do not like this. You've not done the full
Not for Finn, no.
No. Oh no.
Oh no.
Can I have a Constitution saving throw from you?
Interesting.
It's been 2 days since you last did that, only.
Did that, what's that?
Since you last transformed.
Oh, recently.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's never been a warm-up before. That
You've just never changed in such a short time.
Oh.
18.
Okay.
Do you inherit the properties of the people? We'll get ready for anxiety.
Yeah, tell me about your racial bonuses. They're mine now.
Do I tell him like the things that haven't come up yet?
No, you can just.
You
I
feel
think
crippling pain in your brain.
as a human, I believe you don't get any interesting racial bonuses such as
You
stone
lose
cunning.
your dark vision.
Yeah, exactly.
Resistance to everything.
You lose your resistance to the cold. You lose any dark vision you may have had. You're a boring human now.
Fucking.
I'm guessing from McKellar's character creation, you do gain a feat though, right?
Unfortunately, you do not get any feats when you change.
There you go.
My first feat was.
Inborn racial traits. Feats are not inborn. Feet are.
So,
Hey, my parents weren't cousins.
do I? Good God.
Not born.
This has come up before, but do I have a recollection of what the refractory period is on shape changing?
So
Calm yourself.
you know that it's been different since you left Orion, as in on the grand journey, not recently.
Yeah.
So thank you. Although it's been different. This has been I think it's been 2 days since you last took on a proper different shape.
Because I went to Alex before coming
Yes,
here.
you turned into a tiefling before coming here. Yes. So you can gather that maybe within the span of 2 days, it's fast enough that it becomes exhausting, potentially.
Okay. Oh, cool.
You know that this is something that you experience in Orion as well, but a lot more
Frequently,
often. Yeah.
more intensely.
Yes.
Cool. I thought that pauses me on my way to the stage, so I'm thinking about the music that I'm going to play. I'm like, how is Lyra?
So
Last I checked, she was giggling, and there were 3 voices.
yes, last you checked, I can't remember because it's been so long, whether it was before or after the long rest.
It was last session. I don't have a note of that.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
It was before Finn said, fuck off, I'm not a library to Chaos.
No, this was before the short rest. I've got it written
Long
down.
rest.
Long rest, that's it.
So before the long
Okay,
rest.
in that case, roll me a D100.
I'm learning valuable information about the mechanics. 75?
That could be good.
She might murder me.
How do you check in on Lyra?
Just gently reaching out the normal way, nothing special.
Hey, you what?
I think basically, previously, there's a telepathic bond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that then, just a gentle, hey, how you doing?
Hey,
You're back.
was I gone?
Yeah. We played a song, and then that hurt me a lot. and then you were giggling for a few days. And I wanted to talk about it.
Oh, well, maybe it was a very funny song, right?
You didn't sound like you were having a good time. Are you okay?
I don't think I'm okay, no.
Did playing the song hurt you?
I can't remember. What song did we play?
I hum a little bit of it mentally to her.
I think so. Do you want to try again? Do you want to play a song?
Well, you see, the last time it kind of sliced off my fingertips, and I need those. Is that something that happens all the time when people play?
No. What? No.
It's okay. It's okay.
You feel like a rise in emotion, and then they're like.
Cool. Was that a... Part of me is that I've never had a sentient magical item before. So I'd like to do, if it's possible, a quick insight check to know if the it's okay is like an imposed thing or a thing that naturally comes from my reassurance.
Sir, you can definitely try.
Thank you.
And I will let you roll it, but do keep in mind that having just a voice in your head and no facial features or gestures are hard to insight.
There's a lot of nuance when you're telepathically bonded.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Ooh. Now, I care a lot about Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use some of my peerless skill.
Okay.
Okay. 28.
Okay.
I should mark that down.
It seems like she was responding to you as a person and not to any command word.
That is reassuring. And encouraging too. That's good. I lost my train of thought there because I was too busy being introspective. What did I last say?
You gotta play a song?
Do you want to play a song? Do you like that?
I mean, I'm a liar, right? Is that what liars do?
It's what they are for, but you're allowed to choose.
Are we all still connected by the telepathic bond?
This is a one-to-one bond.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yes, Nax specifically pointed out that unless something happens, you would recast.
Wait, are you holding the lyre or are you just casually talking to her in your head?
I'd have glanced at the checked the lyre was still there, but wouldn't be like.
You're not holding it. Okay.
I wouldn't be cradling it, whispering. No. This is just like a gentle check-in mentally.
Okay.
Then Reaver does not have his cipher. What?
What? It's okay. I don't have my pocket card out. We're fine.
Pocket cards.
Do you want to go up to the stage as Finn?
The question was whether or not she wants to, and that wasn't answered.
She said to that, I'm a liar.
But that's not enthusiastic consent.
I mean, when is a liar giving you enthusiastic consent?
When it wants to be played.
God, this is fucking...
Do you want to play me?
It's your physical self. You're in charge of it.
I'm sure we could play a beautiful song together.
What happened there, Marissa? Tell me about that. That's the insight check. There it is. What happened there?
Her voice changed.
It did.
Yeah.
Is that a different person? Like, because there's a difference between, for example, your voice and, like, Doniirion's voice. Is this a different person? Or is this just a different way of speaking?
With a 28? Sounds like a different way of speaking.
Okay.
Sounds like the same voice.
Okay. Excellent. I'm certain we could. Why don't we save that for after the warm-up then? We wouldn't want to start with that.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Oh my god, just pick a place to go to eat together.
Look, she's a sentient magical item and I'm attuned to her. Well, now, there's an automatic power imbalance. You have to be very careful and respectful. We'll start with some like background music. Just
Not playing Lyra.
not playing Lyra.
Okay.
We save that for when we do the storytelling song at the same time.
So there's no Finn anymore. Sorry, there's no Alex anymore. There's two Finns.
Gone.
There's two Finns.
Yes.
Yes. One of them is now making casual background music. Okay. While this is happening,
Weird. I'm not gonna lie. Finn's just gonna be like,
I am going to change back, which is going to strain me.
is
But
that what I look like?
It's what you would look like if you were charismatic.
You know, for a frost foul, it's quite warm. A lot of burn damage.
I was going to say that's super cold.
I flick Eridrean's ear.
oh yeah, that stings. Definitely stings.
Like flicking an icicle, it just breaks off the end.
Is there anything anyone would like to do during the background music?
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously. No, and I will try this. Raki Grow. No.
Rakrakro.
Rakrigo.
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo.
The Dragonborn
Yes.
is the kind of from our interaction, he appears to be the one that people look to. Are there distinct? Is it him as just the soul? You are our chief leader kind of situation, or are there other people who are like people like turning to him, the groups, or
Having looked around,
I'm just doing a bit of people watching.
yeah. Actually, roll me a perception check.
Guys. Nope, I can't cast guidance because you'll lose advantage. Cough. 15.
Okay.
My passive is 20.
He definitely seems to have the most confidence out of all of them. There seems to be a kind of natural, hesitant respect that he commands.
Is he like a good 2 feet taller than everyone else in the room?
He is also taller than everyone in the room, and it does help. And he does very much have like a very strong, muscular, draconic jaw.
Aye.
Yeah, so there's also a little bit of just an intimidation factor when you look at him.
Aye.
But he's definitely... He maybe doesn't hold the role of a natural leader, but he definitely seems to be the most looked at out of everyone
Okay.
here.
Because Finn will put on the chat. If we are leaving and we're going to establish some sort of form of government, we need to set up a municipality. Normally it's held by a council. We should probably think of 5. If there's other villages in the place, then that needs to be regional governments, which is a completely different thing. But is it just going to be him? Is he going to be the chief? Or are there other people involved? I don't know. But we shouldn't leave the place just with a power vacuum, an axe-shaped power vacuum.
Finn, what on earth are you talking about?
I don't know. Like, I started to think about how we leave places, and sometimes they're stable, sometimes they're questionably stable, and I'm like, huh.
I mean, surely this place will just like do as it did, but not have someone die every now and again when they're delivering food, right?
Yeah, that's my thoughts. Like, maybe our intervention's what would fuck it up.
I mean, perhaps that looming threat is what kept everything under control here.
I mean, this place is just totally down to Nax, right? That's how these things work, right? A king dies, and then the next one that's in line for it then takes the kingdom, right?
Down to Nax, DTN.
Yeah. So then, like, we just killed one, therefore either Nax takes over, or do we all fight to see who wins it?
I accuse myself conflict of interest.
You are performing on stage.
Exactly. 100%.
I like to think you still answer out loud and you're like, nah.
Telepathic.
And part of your performance, people are like, what is it?
We should talk to Rodrigo anyway.
Aye. On your back, Eridrean.
What is Rodrigo doing just now anyway?
Most of the people here seem to be, I don't want to say enjoying themselves, but they are after the initial tension, and the initial murder hasn't happened, the initial tension's over. There's definitely this is nice food. People are appreciating the fact that there's warm food here that isn't sour jam or very, very, very hard and chewy meat. So there's, dare I say it, a bit of enjoyment almost in the fact that there's just a warm place with nice things to eat.
And our dragony friend, what's he specifically up to?
He is just talking with a bunch of people, eating. They're kind of watching Sam Finn
Yeah,
from the corner of their eyes.
Call me by my chosen name. Sin.
Does he appear to be like doing the rounds around the room and chatting to, or is he very much?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh God.
You did ask.
You can just tell me. We don't have to roll dice. This. Oh fuck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I have like 2 modifier or something. Yes.
Wow.
16.
Fair.
Still not bad.
Yeah. Well done.
He's not really doing the rounds, and he's not taking on a leadership role as such per se. He does, however, where he's standing, there are occasionally people coming towards him, and he does seem to be giving them the occasional bit of like reassurance, almost a nod and maybe a hand on the shoulder, and almost like a sit down, enjoy the performance style of gesture. Okay, is there anything you wish to do with him, or
No.
okay?
Oh my
That was some interesting food.
In which case, some time passes. You play for maybe half an hour. Sam, Finn.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. I'll pause the. Once the music gently comes to an end, I'll step down from the stage and go find Doniirion.
Okay.
Doniirion.
Uh-huh.
And just for the avoidance of confusion, even though I know it's going to be something I probably end up regretting, I will turn back into Alex because branding. Oh no! That's a 9.
Gain a level of exhaustion.
Well, now I'm slow, but that's okay. Slow and steady wins the race.
No, you just disadvantage on the touch.
Shh! No, I already had that.
Oh.
You done fuck.
Finn comes over to you, Doniirion, and turns back into Alex.
Hey! Whoa! Don't do that when you've been drinking.
Why would you want to look like Sam?
And look to your right, Finn is also there.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to try it out.
wait.
I'm Alex.
How tall are you?
The only option is to shoot one of them. Make sure it's the right one.
We're trying something new to spice up the relationship. I'm tired of Eridrean.
God damn.
He just keeps calling me the wrong name.
I was just about to fall asleep, so what is it? Not the performance wasn't great, it was amazing. But sleepy.
I'm about to perform in front of my biggest crowd in months. Do you have any words of encouragement for me? I'm slightly nervous.
Oh, I can help people that way.
Yes.
Pretend that you're a big oak. That your leaves are very, very green. Like it's like midsummer. Maybe it's like June the 1st. And you've like had all spring to like have super green leaves.
Okay.
And now it's like summer and it's like, so much sun, I don't need these green leaves, but you're still gonna keep green leaves. Keep that in mind.
Not rushing, just taking your time. Alex approaches the stage, making it look like her half speed is just a casual stroll of confidence rather than oh god, I'm really slightly lightheaded at this point. This is not good. The show must go on though.
Yep.
The show must go on. And then I pull up a chair and I cast Major Image. And what will happen is she'll start with bottom, playing a nice backing beat to it, and then stepping away, she will leave behind a major image playing the bodhran, looping that.
The beat.
Yep.
One of those add-on. Yeah.
Works through all the instruments.
I love that.
Stepping into like this like spotlight of like it's like streaming starlight, reminiscent of the moon. Brings up Lyra and begins to play.
Okay.
Please be kind.
Okay.
And just before we start, I was like, "You ready for this?"
I don't know. I'm gonna try. I think I'll try to be ready.
Don't worry if you're not feeling it. Just I can switch instruments at a glance if you're uncomfortable.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it.
Is there any curtains here?
No.
No?
But there should have been. A barn.
No.
Barn.
Okay.
I didn't imagine them last session, so they're not here now.
Sweet.
Okay. Hold that thought. While Sam, as Alex, is taking the stage and putting on a proper show. There's actually, several instruments working together to create a tune. How good it is, we'll come to in a moment. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the interlude?
Yes.
Okay.
When Sam is on stage, Reaver will start moving his hands sort of wispy and kind of basically rolling a flame between his fingers and making it sort of dance along his hand. And I'm just going to hold counterspell just in case.
Okay.
Good idea.
Just in case I enter the work, what's the fear here?
You started playing Lyra, which we know for a fact you got out of Baba Yaga's fucking cart of horrors.
Listen.
No. And has specifically said, hey, I'm a fucking deity trapped in sort of...
We've inferred that.
You have inferred that.
Yes, I have.
Deity trapped in a lyre, or maybe it is the lyre, but then whatever case is, when you've been talking to it, you'd be like, oh, it's just giggling, but it's just been demented giggling.
Yeah,
yes, holding counterspell
Okay.
on the fact that we are now in a massive room filled with completely innocent people that we brought into your mansion, which could potentially go horrible if you get possessed by the lyre. Or if you play the lyre and it starts shooting out death beams or some shit.
It's important to note that only one goddess and two archfey level creatures have warned me about this creature, about this lyre.
So I'm holding counterspell.
Okay. But I thought that's a measured response.
Yeah, you're holding counterspell.
Holding counterspell, not inflict wounds. So
That's my job.
We've made agreements surrounding chaos, not lyra.
I'm a healer, but
you just have to become a monster. That was the terminology. It's not chaos.
That's certainly the spirit of the agreement.
It's you being bad.
Have you announced this across the chat that you were holding?
Please don't. That would really throw me off my game.
No.
If I know there's a kill squad.
Well, if anybody that isn't Sam looks over, Reaper will just give them a...
Have you formed another group chat that's not the Sam?
Yes,
why has this group chat been so quiet lately, guys?
It's actually just me standing over next to y'all being like, okay, Sam can't quite hear us from here, but...
All the ghostly Sams are just like...
While Finn's going in his head on the group chat, oh wow, I can hear Reaver.
Sam can't hear this. Sam would be really distracted if Sam could hear this. Sam, particularly Sam.
Big oak.
Okay. Anything else other than holding
I love and
counterspell?
hate all of you.
Nope.
In which case,
Here we go.
can I have 2 rolls? First one is a performance check, please, to see how many people are actually paying attention and how well you're playing.
You have advantage.
I don't. I have disadvantage. I cancel out. So thanks very much.
That's fine.
I may save it for what comes next.
Yeah, you might.
This is the ability check, though.
I should use Bane. I can't. No, I'm holding counterspell.
Is there like a guidance but that turns it on?
Peerless is skill.
Okay, how many of those do you have left?
3 more.
Okay.
Hex.
Cool, I'll stop there. We're at 35.
You can stop there.
Great.
You've got everyone's attention for how crap the next one's
You're
going to
doing
be.
I've just forgotten the name of it. There's a really famous piece of music where one instrument keeps adding in and it's just slipped my mind.
That one.
But yes,
They're going to call it after me.
You're pulling it off perfectly. You know, you fall in rhythm with the image that you've conjured of yourself.
Yep.
It sounds really good. It's in tune. The rhythm's good.
Uh-huh.
Most importantly, the very anxious and nervous people that are watching here, you as a performer, you can see that not only are people paying attention, but they're starting to pay so much attention that they're forgetting their woes, their anxiety for a moment.
Excellent.
Yes.
Amazing. So I've captured their attention. It's mine now.
Now comes the con save.
Oh yeah, there's
Yes.
involved, isn't there?
Oh, thank God.
You are inspired.
Oh no. Yes.
You're like, I'm a.
10.
10?
Peerless skill?
7. Not for con saves.
Okay.
Not? Inspire yourself for con saves?
No.
Big
What?
I got 2 from Doniirion.
special.
You know? Or is it just ability check?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, it's peerless skill checks.
Ah, that makes a lot
It's not self-inspiring.
Well then. Can I have another D100 roll?
Yes, of course.
Oh, fuck.
It might be a good thing, guys.
I really wanted you to roll high.
That's what's that.
You should get a D1. No one's done it this way.
I mean, it's 10.
Oh,
come on.
32.
32?
If it is 10, then I passed it.
No, I meant 10 is like... Come on,
Barb, we don't have proficiency in con saves.
32 is high enough, at least. So,
Don't bleed.
Lyra does not go insane.
Oh.
However, you do bleed.
Well, you know, it makes the song better.
Go.
As you are playing, more insane.
She doesn't lose herself. That's really
Cool. You take 20 points of slashing damage from the strings.
twice as much as last time. Is it going up?
Rolled really well. No.
Okay.
Same.
Snap the G string there.
Yeah. And
And I was in the audience.
you can feel it starting to happen, but it's also nearing the end of the performance. You're in the climax of the song, and you know that if you stop now, it's going to be so shit.
Must go on.
So you continue playing, and at the very end, there is a need to as one of the strings doesn't necessarily snap, but unthreads a little bit, and you can just feel it go across your hand. Yeah. But it sounds fucking fantastic. It doesn't look like anyone noticed. With a 35 plus on performance, you can definitely fold the sleeves a little bit in front of the hand, turn away in such a manner that people don't notice that you're fucking bleeding from your fingertips.
Fingertips or the back of the hand or
Just probably considering how you're playing, it would be mostly the fingertips and maybe the inside where the string kind of slashes past.
Do I catch that Alex has just basically cut her hand open?
Roll me a perception check, and I'm going to say this is versus the 35 performance check. Can you beat that?
I feel like it'd be pretty epic if your hand went from playing it so epically and be like,
there's a look there.
Yeah, go for it.
Making this crap.
No.
Depends what you're performing, yes. Like,
Hi, if it's a really
Vivaldi's Four Seasons, maybe not. Van Halen, on the other hand.
Yeah, it was only 24.
As
That was a low
you
roll.
finish your song, and all the Sams finish with a together, you actually get a
Thank you.
From Lyra, of
happening.
course.
Lyra doesn't say anything. Isn't giggling though.
I just say, well done.
Yeah, I think people like it. I think it went well, right? Right?
Well,
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
note to self, I need stronger fingertips. Oh, I'm just gonna get proficiency in wisdom saves instead.
I thought you were going to say proficiency of fingertips.
I have that already. Excellent.
With that bit of music played, there's definitely a more relaxed atmosphere,
Good.
even among the previously tense villagers.
My last spell slot from the day filters away.
Excellent. I take a bow with the hand that's not bleeding in front of me, and then I descend from the stage to the green room and receive first aid so that I'm not dripping, and then I come back out
A
later.
ghostly Sam comes over with like bandages.
Cold compress.
And, yeah, exactly. Alcohol wipes.
I'd like to imagine like a road.
One feet to be a grape.
Yes.
There's like a backwards hat and dungarees with like all like the red.
There's a strange cup that looks like it may have been made from like previously fossilized creatures with some form of tube coming out of it that they hand to you so you can drink without ruining your makeup.
Approval.
Okay. There's a relatively good atmosphere happening.
Nice.
That was the highest I've ever rolled in performance.
So far.
See if it's only got 32.
Take that, dragon.
See the mansion? Do you need to be in it for it to stay?
Boots out.
Should we just like leave them to it
No, I'm sleeping in a.
and go rest?
There are rooms.
Yeah, he means to leave them out.
Yeah.
Kind of
As in like
chill.
everybody's like proper fucked, and I mean these people are going to be here for however long they want to.
We should have a watch just in case there are questions or concerns. Or in case the servants go out of control and start murdering people.
I was going to say, don't you have like 800 Sams? Can one of them just wake us up? There's like, and I just start going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
How many
13. This is
villages
horrible.
are
14, 15, 16. Do you outnumber the people here?
We're only
It's
50.
about 100 man
100.
in terms of villagers.
Okay, in terms of villagers. That's
No, 2 to 1, they outnumber me.
Okay.
Sam,
Hello.
how long does this thing stay around for?
24 hours.
Excellent.
So we've got another 22 hours.
I have some stuff that I need to go and do outside. I
That
can
sounds suspicious as fuck.
you just
Eridrean.
I can get back in again, right?
Yes. Definitely. Once you leave, it's totally fine. You can come back at will.
Wonderful.
Reaver's like, great, I'm going to go build a snowman. And leaves.
I'm like, Reaver, maybe not.
Just Reaver's gone.
There are actually no restrictions on you coming back in. I was just trying to double bait Eridrean into being concerned.
Yeah, I've got spell slots. Yeah, sure.
I go out and start making a snowman just at the front of the doorway.
Army object.
I want to. I can't give Eridrean the earmuffs that the Sam servant has just kind of provided me. But I can't give him the hot chocolate either.
Why not?
So just go. So this. Remember, because I tried to walk outside my
Food
food.
leaves. Food is one of the things that
Only
may
after
take.
consumed.
Oh no.
I was going to say, only when it's in your belly, I'm pretty sure.
My mistake.
I am gonna down a flagon of hot chocolate.
I was about to say, you can definitely, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
just,
When you,
You walk with the bloop, bloop, bloop.
when you do that, Finn will go, that's good enough, and I'll give you protection from energy cold, your resistance to cold for the next hour.
Nice.
I'm
okay.
already resistant to cold.
Well,
Thank
fucking, I'll take that back.
I was going to say, I'll take it into account.
Okay.
Even better.
Super resistance.
Yeah, stack resistance, hyper resistance, mega resistance.
Immunity.
Holy shit.
Let's go walk.
I left a head, so if you're still wanting someone to come with, Reaver will follow suit. But
head?
yeah, there's just a head of a snowman. I never got to the body.
Oh, right. Sorry, a head.
head-
Yeah, a
The
head.
head is just lying there. No, I left a head of Doniirion. Eridrean, even.
Wow, did you just get 2 elves' names mixed
I
up?
did. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Ian.
He's not even an elf.
Ian.
I think he is.
And Yeah, I left to go make a snowman so that it wasn't a thing. So when you come out, I'll follow suit.
Okay. Now, Tom might not remember this because it's been a month.
It's a little way away, isn't it?
It's on the... You've been told that to the eastern side of the village is where most of the agriculture takes place. So you would know roughly where to go. It is currently dark outside. It's hard to judge the time. It very much looks like there's a kind of polar sun happening here.
Is it uphill? Is this like in a valley, sort of?
Yeah, roughly.
So does it look roughly, let's say, about 500 feet away?
Sure.
Sweet. I run my hand over the memento that's wrapped around my wrist and I claim back a spell slot. Which I can immediately use to get us there without having to trudge through the code.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Let's go help people. Pat you on the shoulder and then...
Thank you. I was really not looking forward to making that walk. I'm a little bit slow on my feet at the moment.
No worries.
So as you kind of boom towards the eastern side of the village, you find yourself on the outskirts, and in front of you there's just open, wide landscape. There's hills, but it's all white, and especially it's a bit of a weird one in the darkness because you, having seen the snow during the daytime, everything was almost blindingly white, but now that there's no light, the snow just turns black, and there's just this blackness in front of you. As you're looking at this and you just feel the wind coming towards you, you hear that like you also hear a from your immediate left. You look over and you actually see a small cattle pen with maybe 5 or so cow-like creatures in it. They're very, very, very long fur and big horns. Also see behind them something much bigger. Long furred as well, with gigantic tusks.
Oh, fuck.
And a long trunk. This is the first time both of you have ever seen a mouth.
I head towards the nearest beast of burden and give scritches.
Okay. As you approach,
back on the farm, just
all of them kind of look up with that cattle response of a person. Do they have food? See that you have no food and kind of go back to, that sort of sad standing in the cold wind where they just kind of huddled up together. They seem to have some form of tray in which normally you can imagine food would be given. It is currently empty. Also notice, so on the other side of this, to the left where the animals are kept, to the right hand side, you see, especially to your eyes already, very thin, scraggly bushes. Don't look particularly healthy. There's a few berries on them. They're currently very white yellowish, clearly not ripe, and they don't look healthy. They look like they're barely surviving. This, you can imagine, this is what grows here naturally, but it looks like it's a kind of constant struggle for survival. There's also a few tufts of what you can imagine is some form of grain. It looks grass-like enough that you can imagine there's seed pods growing on it that could be formed into an oat or something. Even though you yourself are not necessarily familiar with this strain of whatever grain type this is. But yeah, their agriculture looks meager.
Cool.
For now.
I will hobble at half speed to what I can roughly approximate to be the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will take a seat cross-legged on the ground, not on my cushion.
Oh.
This might... Well, this is going to take a while. You might want to find something to keep yourself busy.
That's okay.
Good stuff.
And Reaver sort of like side shuffles and like jumps over into the pen with the things and stuff.
And I will begin my 8-hour casting of plant growth.
Hey. Sit down.
I'll try make myself as warm as I possibly can, but I know it's going to be rough.
Yes.
Every now and then I'll like walk over and check to see if Eridrean's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And just like I'll like come over, like dust like the snow off shoulders and that kind of thing. Fluff cloak to make sure everything's fine. And as I'm doing this, like when I fluff, there's like a little like a trail of flames like licks off, and I cast resistance every time I come over.
Aww. Okay.
Cute.
You're casting a big long spell. I will come back to you in a moment.
Yep.
Reaver,
Yes.
you're, for the first time in a while, you feel a bit back like you're at home.
Yep.
Almost. These are different cows, but they're very much, a type of cow nonetheless. And when you give them scritches, they do that kind of headbutt you. Their heads are harder than they themselves are probably aware, so you have the oof moment.
Currently resistant to bludgeoning damage though, so
Very useful. As you give them scritches, you can definitely feel their fur is thick. Your hands really sink into it, and it's a very nice warm experience for your hands. Additionally, when you scritch them, there's that like oiliness to their skin that you can imagine would protect them from the worst of the elements.
giant cow chinchillas.
They appear to be very tame, very harmless, and they're happy to let you scritch them.
Sweet. After a while, I'll get bored of them and try and go scritch the mammoth.
Okay. It definitely gives you a look as you walk over.
And like all kind of like the giant bull, the like full on stallions and that, I'll just like full on just be like, shut up! And go over and like,
Roll me an animal handling check.
okay. 10.
10, okay. It seems to be a bit more wary of you.
Sorry, D&D Beyond's playing up.
As you approach it, it kind of flares its ears out and raises its trunk a little bit at you. Keeps walking backwards away from you a little bit. Now, you do have 8 hours.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to persist?
Yes.
I have one goal in this life.
You're going to, yeah?
He's gonna put his hand in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Like reach out into that like kind of like dark beyond. Like finally feel that kind of like little kind of flicker of old family resonance.
Mm-hmm.
And use borrowed knowledge to gain proficiency on animal handling checks from...
Is that a spell you need to cast?
It's level 1 spell.
Do you have spell slots left?
Maybe a level 2. Is it my level 1s? No, it's not! Good. Never mind.
Sorry.
Borrowed knowledge, though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
However,
In which case, I will instead, when I'm going towards it, use prestidigitation to sort of like cast like small kind of like nice warming puffs around it, just so it's kind of like cozy feeling.
Warming puffs.
okay. Considering you're spending 8 hours here,
Oh yeah.
I'll let you make another animal handling check, and this one will go for like the... So that was your initial approach. Not great.
Mm-hmm.
You can make another one for the remaining overall time.
Ooh, rather than the warmth, what I'll do is I'll just, with prestidigitation, you can copy an odor.
Mm-hmm.
The smell of the man.
I will warm my friend. I will in fact blend in with the native.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Is that a rival meal?
No, it's exactly the same. Be like,
The mammoth tries to melt me.
13.
How much?
13.
Okay. It lets you approach.
That's all I want. And then I go back to the cows.
Looking at it though,
Uh-huh.
as someone who's handled farm animals,
Yeah.
definitely seems to be a relatively intelligent creature.
Okay.
And you can see that it is a bit wary of you. There's actually there's an actual emotion that seems to go beyond instinct.
Okay.
But yeah, it will let you scritch it.
While I'm there, can I look for any sort of heavy, over-the-top barding or anything like that on it? If it's moving away from people instinctively, it's probably not having a great time with people, perhaps. So I'm looking for any, like, you know, like back in the day, horses had the bits in their mouth that totally fucked up their mouths, that kind of thing, and then gradually.
Looking around you, you don't see anything of the like.
Okay, cool.
You see some.
Is there only one mammoth?
Yes. You see some blankets further away that you can infer might be used for something, but there's nothing that seems unfriendly towards the animals.
Okay.
Okay. Eridrean. You're definitely taking a level of exhaustion.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I am fully aware of this. I'm actively pursuing that level of exhaustion.
Yes. Now,
competition, is it?
the question is, how bad is a level of exhaustion going to be?
I've already got 2 levels. So it's going to be hours.
How bad is a third level going to be? Let's put it that way then. Could I have from you a Constitution saving throw?
Resilience.
You have resilience, resistance or resilience, either one.
Resistance. Sorry.
I will take into account all the buffs, bonuses, and other boons that you might have.
Okay. What does resilience do?
You get
1d4.
1d4.
Resistance.
Resistance.
Resilience is proficiency.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no.
Roll those bonuses.
Okay, that's a 4 plus a 2 minus 1.
Minus?
5. Yeah, I've got -1 to my con saves.
Yo, I gave you a book.
That doesn't sound right.
That's impossible.
Yeah, +1 con.
No, I got cursed.
But Tatiana cleansed it.
Stand by. Oh, if only that.
It's a
And he
million.
accidentally rolls a crit.
I accidentally clicked the button to roll, and
You don't have
Aww.
+1.
I mean, the choices are like 5 or 7. So I
Yeah.
don't think it's
We're gonna roll some damage, guys.
Have mercy. He was doing a generous thing. The weather respects that, right?
it's
Winter's a
okay.
cold, indifferent bitch.
I'm martyring myself. This was on purpose.
Oh my
Now
god,
he's
she
an-
wants a
He's an
statue.
ambassador, remember? This is a goodwill gesture.
Why did you say
No,
it?
Ambassador.
absolutely
You
not.
pronounce it like he's going to be like.
It is not
Sir.
goodwill. Otherwise, I would have told people about it.
That's the best kind of goodwill.
Yeah, not to actually.
You take 47 points of
authentic.
cold damage.
Okay.
How much?
47. You are resistant, so that is halved.
23.
Yes. Below a 10, I'm going to have to add another point of exhaustion on top of that. Yep.
That's fine.
Double up.
But,
Wait. When you say another point, do you mean as well as the one I already had?
yes, so
4.
you'll get to 4. Yes.
It's the highest. And
So it goes
Yes.
to 6 is death.
I mean, below a 10. That being said,
Exhausted. Hit point maximum halved.
unless you wish to quit casting? It's up to you.
Nope.
Okay. In which case, you
have so many hit points.
grit your teeth, you feel the cold, and how do you fight through it? How do you feel all of this happen to you and just continue?
Mechanical question first.
Mhm.
So I'm down to 73 out of 104 hit points.
Are we counting it as wounds?
Then my hit point maximum halves. Does that mean I'm technically back at full health for my 52 hit points?
It's your hit point maximum. So not your
So,
current.
how many points of damage? Sorry, how many points are you away from your total?
At the moment,
Mm-hmm.
131.
It's just the
Sorry.
difference
So-
between you
okay.
being okay and it's 7 hit points.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know whether there is an official ruling for that, but let's have that as well. So
Okay.
I would say that 31, so that becomes 15.
Mhm.
So you're at half your max hit point, and you've taken 15 points of damage, if you will. from
Okay.
that.
So
I was counting wounds rather than hit points.
52 max HP and then 52 minus 15.
Yes.
So if your hit point maximum changes, the amount of damage you take doesn't.
Okay, I'm at 37 HP.
Okay.
That's fine.
So how do you persist?
I am.
I can bring him back if he dies.
You wouldn't have years.
Kind of embarrassing. I feel a bit guilty that I'm always being so selfish.
Oh.
So this is my effort to try and convince myself that I'm a good person.
We were right.
So
Wow.
you'll notice I haven't told anybody except the people I had to, and I purposely didn't sit on my pillow even though it doesn't actually make a difference, because by making myself suffer more I feel better about myself.
Oh wow.
I
fucking love that.
so much.
Oh.
Yes.
Reaver's main goal is making sure that every time I check on Eridrean,
Mm-hmm.
I prestidigitate heat the air around the ears and
Okay.
like the just so the frostbite doesn't get worse.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, okay.
I will need one con save from you as well. Now, because you are in the cold, even
Yeah.
with cold resistance,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
this is the fucking frostfell. This
Oh,
is the
yeah,
kind of
totally.
overcome resistances type of cold.
yes. Forget about it. Con save, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ability.
No, 19.
Okay.
No, 20.
So,
Sorry, 20.
not only do you occasionally like just ripple flame across yourself,
Yeah, yeah.
you find that standing next to these type of yak, which is what they are, you can actually kind of
You just see
burrow.
his head, like,
Yeah, you can actually kind of burrow into them, and they are really warm to stand against. They're really warm to stand against. There's a reason these people keep these animals. So you have that going for you, and any time when you think it's getting a bit too much,
just walk back.
yeah, exactly. You kind of have your personal.
Reaver's like, I'm being a
rating.
martyr. Go over here.
Like Shadow Step, but Yak Step.
Yeah.
Okay.
What now, y'all?
Yeah, exactly.
And so their 8-hour watch beginneth.
At some point, I might notice that they're not there,
Mm-hmm.
and just be like, "You guys, you still alive?" Now, is telepathic bond limited
Across
to the planes?
Yeah. On the same plane and it lasts an hour.
You guys aren't on the same plane as us anymore.
No.
Hey guys, I think they're dead. We should probably not leave or go and look for them.
Originals of Reaver, he'll be fine. And Reavers of Origin, he'll be fine. I trust him.
Remember that? I mean, there's two of them, but at the same time, remember the last time this happened? Because we were like Doniirions with Grekki, and Grekki's with Doniirion. They'll be fine.
That's different. That's just compounding the problem.
So, where do I fit on this? Be on this able to look after themselves scale?
It fluctuates rapidly.
Mm.
And to be honest, if you look at it, you change the result. because you're both competent enough to take care of yourself. But if by knowing that, you will then do something to prove that otherwise. But does that then mean you need to prove something else otherwise? It's a complicated thing, but it's just random.
I just check down to see if Lyra's okay. Still there?
Still there.
Can I ask a quick favor?
Yes.
So, looking around, are people just eating, drinking, having a good time, all that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I want to just make sure that before we leave, because I don't know what the medical situation is here, if they've got like a herbologist, a apothecary, a witch doctor, or something like that, but
A necromancer.
a necromancer. Well, they've got a necromancer, but
Recycling services.
Same page.
I want to just basically offer the services of a village-wide health check of, hey, you got that niggling ache in the back of your head that's been going on for 2 years that you really should see a doctor about, but the GP's always busy, so you never do it. Come on in.
Who do you talk to?
I go to
Dragon Man.
Not Rodrigo.
Caro.
Rakrego.
Great. The R's in the other place.
Put an apostrophe after the ra. This is so you remember to go ra, cre, go.
Okay.
That sounds
Go.
like
Go.
Get it phonetically.
I try and write all my shit phonetic. I'll go to him and just be like,
Rock, great, go.
Go now.
Beautiful.
oh,
What's up, rock, cre, go?
human
Yes.
words.
Doctor?
Exterminate.
I'd like to just quickly go up to him and go, I hope you and your people are having a good time and enjoying the warmth, the food, the drink. I am unable to perform acts like my companions like this and create worlds such as this. I, however, am a doctor, a medical professional, and I want to offer my services to any of your people who may need it. Anyone who has any illnesses or anything, or even just questions about preventative measures in the future. And I just want to help any way I can. But what?
When you're older.
You know, dumb.
When you walk up to him, there's definitely a bit of skepticism as you say this. But then Rakrego says, I appreciate the gesture. I'll let people know. And you can see that he kind of talks to people, and it for the first maybe 10 minutes or so there's an awkward, nothing's happening, you know, you're just kind of standing there like
I was going to ask Alex to minor illusion a medical tent, or just like a sign that's just got like the pharmacy sign.
What do you think a minor illusion is?
Major illusion.
Um,
No, major.
but then it starts with, you know, an older woman who looks like she doesn't have long to live as it is, who comes to you asking about this like rattling cough that she has. And as you look at her, and you can tell it's definitely age, you can maybe, you know, tell her how to alleviate the worst of it. But as she walks out of your improvised tent, after her, you know, there's another, and then there's not that many people here, and this is a very unforgiving place. So if you have something, you probably won't live that long. If you aren't fit to fight or flight,
Wow, survival
you
of
don't
fittest really
survive.
here.
Yes,
Cool, love
it
it.
truly is, because the average temperature is below 0, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, people need to really hunt and gather through extreme conditions for their food. The bit of farming that they have is barely growing. So if you are not fit, you don't make it in this place.
Fair.
But there are definitely a few, mostly people plagued by just signs of old age, or people that are constantly exposed to something bad, that have a kind of chronic illness, that you can either alleviate or that you can tell, hey, actually this is something that could be cured. And there are definitely a few people that come over to you, and there's again something that shifts the opinion in the favor of your group.
Well, when people are coming over, and I want to use just detect poison and disease, just so I know accurately what everything is.
Okay.
And then just for the worst things, I'll just use a couple lesser restorations and just to
Are you actually going to do that? In that case, mark off the spell slots.
Yep.
Just in case.
Stabbed in the middle of the night by oh, how dare you,
I know, which case definitely those of you who are still here, you can notice that there's with a performance to offer of food and drink, and there not having been any people poisoned and dying yet. I know people actually getting relief from aches that they're having. There's a definite shift in your favor.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And so Sam hasn't felt exhaustion from shape changing except in anti-magic fields before now.
I think it happened once too before.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was thankfully just before combat. Memory serves correctly.
Was that not in the mountains?
No, it was pre-tornado.
Pre-tornado? On the boat?
Oh yeah, you sucked up.
Oh, there was a siren.
Siren.
I don't think I was hungry. I think it was just
No, that was just an inborn capability.
Fight.
Yes. But I'm pretty sure it happened before, and I think it was outside the anti-magic field, but
Okay.
yeah.
To refresh my memory then.
Yes.
Does this feel more like hunger, or does it feel more like the body or the soul, whatever, being tired, like a muscular exertion kind of thing?
Yes and yes. If you go to the gym and you have a really good workout, your muscles hurt, but you're also hungry.
Okay.
Both of those things.
Cool. So I'll work out how to model this. Thank you. That's my question. Taking it easy though, just relaxing.
Doniirion, you with your points of exhaustion are starting.
Do you want me to?
Grecky's there with you. There's been music.
Oh, I'm gonna go sick.
There's the.
I see this is nodding stuff to happen.
I can get myself
go
to
find
sit
someone.
right now.
Okay.
Probably in the mansion. What's like if I'm just gonna start wandering around a mansion?
So this configuration, it does have rooms for us, but they're much like smaller, more like tavern rooms. There's like 2 beds to a room rather than, because most of the space allocation is dedicated to the performance at the feeding chamber.
There's a tiny stage, and then you don't see backstage. Backstage is just fucking massive. Props, lights.
No, I just come to what I need.
There's just tables.
You can't do like your costumes as well, because I could easily fall asleep in like costume like box.
So the servants are capable of like doing repair to like cloaks and stuff, and like just raggedy clothes. I think
I'm hearing there's a cloak cupboard.
there's definitely a place where there's lots of fabric.
I fall asleep there.
There are beds.
Yeah, but no.
I'm just checking that you understand that you made the conscious decision.
If you say so. Feels like you're putting words in my mouth, but no, I fall asleep in the.
You find a chest with clothes.
Yeah.
No,
Greg, you lie down. Greg lies on top of you.
Yep.
the chest
It's nice and warm.
There's gonna be wolf hairs everywhere now.
No.
Yep.
What's the
Costume.
fantasy equivalent of like? Can we use prestidigitation to clear dog hairs?
When it closes, all the dog hairs just fire out of it.
Okay.
Hideous.
Next, is there anything you wish to
I
do?
just don't get ejected.
Yeah, now the audience are more pliable and less afraid, hopefully, of us, maybe not me, but I would like to find a group that look like they're enjoying themselves and go and join them at their table.
You're gonna replace us.
It's going to be the weirdest thing I've ever asked.
I'm intrigued.
Can I have an intimidation check from you? And you want the result to be low.
Aww.
You're basically battling their perception of you and how you come across naturally.
That is weird. Because the better you are, the harder it is. Pun.
Oh!
18.
Okay.
Yes! Welcome. Are you enjoying my sucker?
I try and approach and hands open and like.
He's casting a spell,
Sam, why are your mimics playing all these things?
Hello, my fellow mortal.
As you approach peacefully, there's a shift to this group in their attitude. As they go from having an alright time to, oh fuck. You can tell all of them are, in an instance, prepared for the worst.
Aww.
And it's a small group of maybe 3-5 people, mixed in age, although it seems to be mostly the older people here that are enjoying themselves, maybe because they're just more jaded and more have a whatever, come what may attitude. Might as well make the best of the time that I have. But upon your approach, there's a moment of, this is it.
No.
Farewell, Edith. I have loved you well.
I'm just here to talk. What is it? Is it the horns? Is it the attire?
They kind of. Eventually, an older man speaks up. It's the gestures at the necklace that you're wearing. I mean, I suppose the knowledge that you could just end it all. Like defiance. Do your worst, almost.
So, what have the previous wearers of this done?
They look at each other. I mean, well, there's not that many of us here. What do you think they've done?
So, does the power come from this?
Does it?
I mean, what do you believe? Nax resists the thought to put it down and show them that power does not come from this.
It's not the necklace disintegrates.
Or like, you see another younger woman steps up. She's like, no, but I think it's a symbol of power. Maybe if you already have it, but it seems to be a symbol of the worst. Or was a symbol of the worst?
It maybe was. Where do you see your village if this wasn't around?
Again, you see them all look at each other. They're clearly not expecting this at all. They were preparing for, just mass murder, basically. They weren't expecting polite conversation. So they're going, I suppose just living as per usual, but maybe less fear?
So do you think no one should have this?
You see maybe 16-year-old, old enough to be talking with the adults, especially in this climate. You have to grow up fast, but young enough to still have that kind of optimism and hope for the world.
You can change that.
Yeah, exactly.
Question.
In your eyes, definitely kid steps forward. It's like, maybe you can use it to do good things. And yeah, exactly. You see immediately all the others are like, shut up. Yeah.
What good things would you like to do?
And he's like, see? Well,
I told you all.
We could have more food.
What do you make of the food that you have?
Well, it's not a lot, and I mean, it's always the same, and it's often not warm.
Is the food here much better?
You see, it's like one of his hands is covered in like jam and icing. Yeah.
You're gonna get diabetes.
So, speaking to the crowd again, rather than just the kid, how would you like your village to be run? Do you need a leader? Leaders?
Again, they look at one another, and it's the older gentleman who speaks up. Who, by the way, you notice definitely has some tiefling blood somewhere in the bloodline, because even though he doesn't have horns, there's a shininess to the skin that he's human enough that doesn't really stand out at first glance, but there's a shininess that implies some form of scaling. So he's like, well, we kind of just get on with it usually. There's not much to leader about, I think, but if you're not planning on murdering us on a frequent basis, and as he says it, there's that kind of like a gauge to see how that's taken.
Right?
Yeah, it's almost a challenge.
In it?
Yeah. It's like, then maybe one day there will be more of us.
Who is Rakrego to your village?
Can I cry?
Unsubtly, all of them just go and look back at you. He's look at each other. He actually came out of the palace.
Oh.
He he escaped, in his own words, and I think because of it he's given us the best chance of survival so far because of the knowledge that he has.
Knowledge of?
When to hide the children.
Jesus Christ. So knowledge to avoid being killed.
Yes.
Do you trust him?
Do you make a worthy sacrifice?
I think when the choice is certain death or a chance of survival, you take that chance, and so far he's proven to be correct. So yes, I think we were all, and he kind of looks at his compatriots who nod in agreement. Like, I think we were all more or less forced to trust him, but it proved to be the right choice.
Does there seem to be any apprehension hidden in there?
Roll me an insight check.
Was that the other wall? It's not off. 11.
11? Okay. Best you can gauge, there's a little bit of apprehension, but whether that is just the natural disposition of these people or specifically aimed at Rakrego is that's hard to say.
Or you. No thanks.
I'm trying really hard not to be intimidating
Hey,
here.
I'm just being. I mean, I'm grand. I'm honest.
There's a hen hat zooms out a bit as he hears Finn. Sorry, I'm zooming for a minute. Calm the other line. Okay, thank you. Your words have been helpful. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Are you going to stay, mister? And again, you see all the adults kind of like, yeah,
Drawing a breath.
Are you going to make food more often like this? And parties? I've never had a party before.
Take credit for this.
I am not taking credit for anything here.
But you can.
Assumed.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Oh. Well, I don't know about that. This may be a one-off, very special.
So Phil, you
Could be other positive things.
Like what?
Better state of living.
You see, when the kids said like what, as much as the adults did the like, when you said that, they all looked at you expectantly.
Kids, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's been asked.
There's a, how dare you ask such a question, but we also would like to know the answer. Into the woman speaks up again. Like, are there going to be fewer killings?
What is with all this coming back to the killings?
Well, it happens a lot.
Was there a reason? Were you told the reason?
We never really stopped to ask.
No, but no one came and said you must sacrifice your young so that. Sorry, Max tries to move back from the.
Back it up, back it up, back it up.
There's definitely, you can see all of them.
Wow.
I mean, there wasn't that much conversation that happened.
Interesting. No, I mean, I haven't seen a reason for the killings, so I don't see a logic in them continuing.
Okay. And they're all looking at you expectantly.
I really love the fact that they're all in here being like, yeah, maybe the killings will like stop slightly. Yeah, let's have a party. The killings will stop moderately. They'll keep going, but it'll be less. that was their.
The taxes are dropping. Amazing.
That was like their highest kind of tier list.
God, yeah.
It's gonna really suck for them when we murder them all.
As long as we don't murder all of them, they'll still have
I
celebrate.
mean, we've got them all contained in one place at once.
Open the bag of holding.
Combine it with the portable hole.
Yeah.
Everyone is in the astral sea.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Enjoy your evening anyway. I see no reason for these killings to continue.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
As you walk away, you see like more or less everyone is doing a yeah, and the moment you've walked away, they're swarmed. Everyone's like, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? What's that? Everyone wants to know
going to
what's
be killed
happening.
slightly less.
Exactly.
Please God, so just slightly.
Will the morale improve, or will the killings continue?
At least 2 people less out of the 15 that they normally go for. That would be great.
Please, only firstborns this year.
They're already gone. Is there anything else you wish to do, or do you wish to take a long rest?
I have, I get in my room, I close the door, lock it, because you never know.
You keep the mansion? Up?
I
Yeah.
can't turn off.
Oh yeah, okay. But you keep you don't do a right 1 o'clock, bars closing, get the fuck out.
They're all welcome. If anyone's like, where did that beautiful tiefling go? The staff will just be like, she's resting.
Flashing the
she'll be around in the
Yeah.
morning.
Turnstile on the door.
How dare!
It's only an intro one though. It doesn't go back to it.
Yes, I am 2 levels of hungry.
What
Best and last night.
whatever state Eridrean's in at the end of this spell. What is the state Eridrean's in at the end of this spell?
Not great. So you're missing the long rest for a start because their party doesn't last 8 hours.
But the mansion lasts 24.
Yes. Yeah, but whenever they're having their long rest,
Yes.
you are outside.
Yes.
Eridrean's more or less a statue when he's done.
Sweet.
So you do take 1 point of exhaustion from missing your long rest, which you might regain if you go and sleep.
Okay. What I would like to do to get Eridrean back from where we are, assuming everything's taken place and stuff, you can deal with that first if you want.
Eridrean.
It means very much what happens with the remnants.
Okay. You have something to prove to yourself, and that's a strong motivator. So you sit through the pain, you're definitely aware of it, and it's a bit, in a weird way, like getting a tattoo. It's bad in the beginning, and then the adrenaline and the motivation's there. It's quite alright.
And then.
And then that wears off. You realize you still have some time to go, and you feel every ache in your body, and occasionally Reaver comes by, and there's a few seconds of relief before it just comes back again. So fucking cold. You feel like you're never going to be warm ever again. Even Finn's bathtub sounds better than this. I'm not saying something. But at the end of your 8 hours, do feel the spell go down into the very frozen earth, through the layer of permafrost, and reach these very fragile roots that are barely clinging onto what bit of dirt and soil they can find. And you find those roots and you cover them in a small layer of almost bark to protect them against the worst cold. And just that small amount of autumn sunlight that you can still feel within yourself right now, feed that into those roots, and you know that in a few days those berries will turn a shade of red. And that for, I believe it's the next year, those plants will not only bear fruit better than they used to, but they will also probably be protected from the worst, the weather.
Then my job is done.
I'll just end it.
Now I can rest.
Try and get up,
No.
but stuck to the ground. Okay.
I'll stay on the ground.
Okay.
Because by this time I have been sat here for 8 hours. I
Yeah.
am not convinced that my joints are going to work.
No, they're not. That was going to be the next thing, but yeah.
So the spell requires somatic components. So I have some dexterity left in my fingers, enough to cast. I assume it's. Oh, I don't even need to. It doesn't have somatic component. Amazing.
Hey, you got the murmur for 8 hours straight.
Completely frozen. I will use the verbal only fast step spell.
Just leave.
Bye, Reaver.
I can teleport 60 feet an action for up to a minute.
How are you gonna open the door?
I'm just gonna bunny hop, teleport over to Reaver, home,
Still sitting down.
and then carry on bunny hopping back to.
When you come over, I'll just pat you in the chest, prestidigitate heat around you, and then give you resistance to go your little bunny hopping way. And then what I'll do is I will go over to one of the big yaks. Is there like, are they just like sort of wandering about a pasture, or is it like a gated thing?
It's a. There's not much grass here. It's a pen. It's just
like a gate.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'll just kind of stay snug in there for a bit. And then I'll go over to. I'll try and lead one to the gate.
Okay. If you try and lead it, it comes. It's used to being led places clearly. So.
And what I'll do is I will summon my pack weapon, but I will summon it in its whip form.
Okay.
And I'll just like lasso around it, hug tight into it, and just walk back with it towards the.
Oh, like a warm blanket.
Okay.
I'm gonna like part the fur and be like, I thought we smelled bad on the outside, and then I'll just like hug in and then walk with it all the way over.
Are you like lifting it on your back, or?
No, just walking next to it, just snug into it.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And then when this side gets cold, I'll go around the other side and snug in.
I just thought you were pure yoking it.
Yeah.
You make your way back.
Cool.
What you do with the yak when you get back?
Well, I leave my weapon on it and I tie it up
Okay.
because it's unbreakable.
It just kind of goes back to standing there.
And what I do is I prestidigitate the ground underneath it, so the ground becomes warm for a second for it to lie down and snug, and then I'll like I'll roll the snowman over to it so it gives it some like wind resistance.
You
And
get a friend.
And then I'll just go back inside.
Yes,
And then I'll go inside.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'll wait. I'll make sure Eridrean hasn't frozen just on the
It's
doorstep.
not on the way.
There's a door and it's not going to be open. Ridrian can't move his arms. How are you getting inside?
I've
Just.
got some movement from the spellcaster.
Pins and needles.
Yeah.
When you move, pins and needles, it's so bad. But you
So
make it in.
I take it you're not far on the inside of the door when I get there.
I mean, my concentration lasts for a minute.
Oh, you can be anywhere. Yeah.
I can be up to, I guess,
600 feet.
yeah.
Cool.
Math. So
You can definitely bunny hop yourself into your bedroom if you wish.
but I imagine like my last hop will be from sitting cross-legged on the floor in front of the bed to sitting cross-legged on the bed, and then the spell is done.
It takes you a good 10 minutes to like unfold yourself, and just the blood rushing back into your frozen limbs is not pleasant.
Yeah.
But you're inside and it's warm, and you have to, while you're unfolding yourself, you just kind of fall asleep where you are, and the tingling in your hands becomes so bad that it wakes you up. And it's like, you do the first hour is definitely that in between stage where the pain is bad enough that it keeps waking you up, but the exhaustion is also bad enough that you keep falling asleep through it. Yeah, but eventually you do get to fall asleep.
I'm consistently thinking this scenario is definitely bad enough for emergency wine, but also I don't have the dexterity in my fingers for emergency wine.
Call servant. You should be
You
used to
guys
that.
are connected.
No, we're not. No, we detached from it. When Reaver walks in, to get all that feeling back, sort of kind of instantaneously, I'll walk in and having hours passed,
Yes.
short rested in the yak pile. I'll just walk in and fire shield will just kind of off, and then all the coldness and everything resistance leaves.
I probably would have left like small puddles of water every 60 feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once you get inside, there's just like Sam, just like
Bits of Eridrean's wet butt on the ground and like shapes.
I'll follow the butt trail up. And like doors.
Sure.
Chap on door.
it's like two to a room.
There's not an answer. Doesn't matter if I'm late or not.
I'll turn and like look in just to make sure you didn't almost get to your bed and just are lying there sort of heaped.
He's going for a bathtub. He's trying to flee.
I'm dead to the world.
I go over Due diligence. Due diligence. I do the exact thing that Finn has done to us like countless times, where I'm like, and then I go, oh.
Nice.
The mirror under the nose to see.
And like, okay, cool. Still breathing. I dry the area everywhere. Prestidigitate just over. Then what I do is I go grab like a bottle of whiskey or something like that. Some sort of like kind of fairly decent alcohol, like warming alcohol. And I'm just going to hold my hand, consolidate the fire shield underneath to heat up the bottle, and just like sit it in with Eridrean. and then like go back out and just kind of like close the door behind.
I like that. Brilliant.
Now, we do have a little bit of time awkwardness. So obviously this happens 8 hours in the future. Some of you are already having your long rest. Exactly. For the two of you that were still awake at the beginning of the night, you do notice that after some time people are just starting to trickle out despite the heat and the food. You know, it's bedtime for them, and they layer up with their coat, and then their coat. Yes.
It's a really nice experience.
And there's everyone before they leave. This is like,
it'll be so much worse.
yep. And they go back to their.
Come back for breakfast.
The power of sleeping in your own bed at night compels you to go through frostbite. That's how strong it is.
I will shout at them as they leave. Come back for breakfast.
There will be breakfast.
Okay.
9-course meal means 3 3-course meals.
Oh my god, breakfast.
Anything the two of you wish to do before you also have a long rest?
Yeah, sitting back at the table, I'm going to try and catch Rodrigo's eye and just, you know,
Eat it.
summon him over. Not in a like commanding way, just
the
like,
dog-
You're like, oh wait, this is casual.
You there.
Yeah.
come
Okay.
Boy.
He walks over. Gives you a nod.
So tell me, what does, you know, this change in management at the place where they're mean for you?
Well, that depends entirely on what you are going to bring to the management.
Well, what do you hope will come of things?
I'd hope to not see so many people die. I think that would be the obvious one, but considering the power that was held by the people there, some protection for these folk would be nice.
What do you think they need protection from, if not who was previously there?
I mean, mostly them, but there's also the elements. There are plenty of hungry predators out there that will try and get them one day, try and find food.
And how were they previously protected?
By the strength of their own arms.
So they've not lost anything, is what I'm asking, by, you know, these previous occupants. They weren't.
Oh no, they lost constant fear.
Yeah.
But no, there's only good things to be said about that.
Tell me, how long have you been here? You see, I don't mean to, you know, put you out, but you seem different from everyone else.
My entire life, which has been 40 or 50 cycles by now.
In the village?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was just wondering because, yeah, as I say, you stand out. Which made me wonder if you weren't from here originally, but...
Oh no, I was born here. I'm unique. Not sure either.
Special?
sounds a bit pompous.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you think people here could be best protected from the remaining threats?
I mean,
We should just go back to going online. Never
if there's any form of a magical fire for a start that could keep them warm, any proper buildings. I mean, these people have to build, hunt, farm, do everything, and then at the same time try and maintain their homes, maintain their houses. There's too much to do, and the work is too hard for the amount of hands that we have. Anything, strengthening of structures, a protective wall even around the village.
Tell me, does anyone in the village have any magic?
Not as far as I know.
And what does this mean to you?
Mostly death.
It itself, or the person?
The person wearing it. The symbol itself means nothing. I don't know if it's the symbol or pendant.
Okay. Well, anyway, enjoy the rest of your night. I'm sure we'll speak again soon. I don't mean anything bad.
Let the clarifications. Sorry, that came across really ominous. I don't mean it.
He smiles a little bit. Like, thank you for not being like the others so far.
I endeavour to remain not like the others.
Good night.
Night.
Hesitantly leaves. Okay. Do you wish to take your long rest with
Yes.
that? Okay, any points of exhaustion? You can remove one off.
Does that include me?
Obviously, hold that for a moment.
Oh, no.
Obviously, when all of you wake up, Reaver and Eridrean are asleep. There are, if you were to leave them, there are 8 hours to pass. So the question really is, do you wish to leave them and have a long rest?
Can you do a double long rest?
No.
No.
Okay.
Really, really hard.
Once a day.
Yep.
Oh well.
You can stay in bed. No one's stopping.
Ooh.
Yes.
Long rest or short rest?
Here's the thing, would you be able to long rest if, let's say, someone cast sleep on you? Forced resting.
See,
I'm going to put Doniirion's character in here, who cannot sit still when the most interesting thing is happening.
Which is why I said if someone cast sleep on you, not if you settled down and went to sleep again.
I don't know, we'll find out when it happens.
I would imagine it's like oversleeping. Like if
Wake
you
up with a headache.
Yeah. I imagine you'd feel worse if you tried to long rest twice in a row.
Gain a point of exhaustion.
None of that, you just take a death save.
Wow. Morning breaks for most. I'm going to take a super quick break.
Sweet.
Raised by his elfin mother as a single child, Doniirion's mom talked little of his human father. Apparently he was a great man. Growing up in a secluded village, there was no religion or magic, there were barely visitors. Here, there was only the circle of nature. Doniirion made himself useful to his clan as hunter, but he never stopped being distracted by life outside the forest lands, and his curiosity of humans often got him in trouble. Even more so when he learned that somewhere people could apparently do magic. Finally, and not unexpectedly, the day came that he set out, against the wishes of his peers, and ventured beyond the forest. Doniirion found that there were many things he wasn't ready for. Currency, for one, was an entirely foreign concept to him. He also learned that people can be cruel and harm for fun when he freed and stole a wolf pup from a trader's cage. Yet none of this deterred Doniirion from wanting to enjoy the crazy chaos of the wider world. When he heard rumours that magic could be taught in a faraway capital of a different continent, Doniirion and Grecki boarded a ship. They would not return to Orion for a long time. The stars were especially beautiful tonight, Lady Jaina Keldia thought to herself. The pride she had once felt at her accomplishments turned into a resentful nostalgia. She sighed heavily. It had been too long since she had fed, and looked up at Simon. Her mind was already processing her next steps as she led him to the large bed. She would sate her hunger, and in the clamour of her consort's unexpected passing, would declare herself in mourning and leave her estates in the care of the heirs to the dynasty she had created. She would take on the persona of Samantha, a young woman disguised as Samuel Ransford, a travelling bard. A mask over a mask over a mask over a mask. Common practice for the 900-year-old shape-changer. All that she had learned was that being long-lived just meant watching the people you cared for die. Nothing had given her the satisfaction she had sought. Not family, not power, not the gods, not even selfish fulfillment of her every passing desire. And so, after centuries, she finally gave in to wanderlust and left Orion in search for the thrill of adventure. Even when Finric Jameson was just a small lad, he had an affinity for helping those who needed it. It started with a small bird with a broken wing that miraculously flew again, and from there evolved into apprenticing at the local temple, where he learned the arts of medicine until his 18th name day, after which he travelled south to learn healing on the road. A plan put to an abrupt end when bandits attacked him and robbed him of all but his name and knowledge. Going from doctor to beggar, Faith was quick to introduce new opportunity to Finn, in the form of a dying dwarven man. And by saving the life of First Mate Usenthor, Finn was granted the position of ship's doctor aboard the Bleeding Crow. Here, he lived an adventurous life of scavenging, exploring and smuggling, although never killing. But more importantly, he lived a life as a trusted friend of Captain Josephine, the devil on the water, equally feared and respected. He would never have chosen to leave that ship. That choice was made for him by Captain Soren, whose dark history with Josephine Finn never entirely uncovered. The doctor was thrown overboard with no knowledge of what happened to his new family or Josephine, the captain he was slowly falling in love with. Instead, he woke up on a small beach, clothes torn and stiff with dried salt. With gritted teeth, he set out to find the nearest city and means for revenge. Waking up in a strange place, sore and nauseous, Nax couldn't quite remember where he came from, or how he ended up in this endless field of long grass. All he remembered was that someone or something had seriously pissed him off. It took him some time to find his way across this strange landscape, and when he finally found the city, he was starving and angrier than he had ever felt. It didn't take him long to find the nearest tavern, where he proudly demanded the guests make space for him and serve him his food. "I said leave, lest you be damned." When they laughed in his face, the anger was tempered slightly by confusion. Why weren't these peasants quivering in their boots at the mere sight of him? Nax raised a hand to neck level in a choking grip whilst lofting the other overhead as if cradling some orb. Nothing happened. Rage was now replaced by confusion and perhaps even some fear, as he snatched some food and ran, huddling in an alley with only a cloak to protect him from the elements. Slowly the realization dawned on him that he had lost something very important, and that he would have to work like some lowly wizard to get it back. Stealing a spellbook and focus, he picked up a rumor. The royal family was looking for an object of great power. Something he could keep for himself, perchance? If you are a bandit in the north of Padina, you better watch the shadows. Tales tell of a carnage-fueled demon that will find you should you gather too much fame. The Grim. It has been some time since Noctis Reaver took on that persona. For him, the story started when bandits pillaged a small farmer's village he lived in, when he ignored the knife at his throat to save his sister. As he lay on the floor and felt life leave him, he bargained with death. You are willing to pay for your soul by servitude, and for her life with what is equal to her worth. With the dagger that slit his throat in hand, Noctis took up the mantle of bounty hunter and started the laborious journey of evening the scales. It was a few years later when a royal courier came looking for the Grim to get rid of some nobleman the king himself could not be seen taking action against. His Royal Highness King Ansel would be most pleased to hear of your acceptance of this task, and would be most grateful for your services. Noctis didn't care much for his employers. A soul was a soul. Completing his task with ease, he set out for the capital of Astrakani to collect his payment, and to collect a new unexpected job, one that required him to join up with a motley group of 5, who he introduced himself to as Reaver. Loving to play parts of mystery and intrigue, it was both mantle and name that Eridrean put upon himself. Leaving an unexciting life and a sad past behind entirely, he surrounded himself with the more magical and dangerous aspects of the Feywild, and became an emissary for the Seelie court, spreading the good word. Yet curiosity still plagued the Eladrin. Often he went to those big doors wrought from golden branches. No noise could be heard through them, but he knew court would be in session. There had to be another way in. Searching the ever-changing halls, a voice like a soft summer's breeze interrupted his sneaking. Lost a path? And ever since, Eridrean walked with renewed step, and in her name. His journey to the material plane began when he received a direct summon from her, to find and retrieve an artifact of great power, in the form of a book. Setting out, Eridrean infiltrated a strange and dull palace, working together with a group of hired humans. Dodging traps and guards, he managed to retrieve the mysterious tome, its cover slightly hairy and of an ever-shifting grey colour, and with a closed eye on the front. Wanting to quickly escape, he used the planeshift scroll that Tatiana had given him, only to feel an uncanny tug mid-teleport. And rather than finding himself in the Seelie halls, he found himself unceremoniously dumped in the bathtub of a very confused doctor.
So,
Summon water elemental on the other hand.
the 4 of you that are
Why have you
awake,
done his to me? I'm slush.
Pause.
morning happens for you.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to go about your day? And do you wake up Eridrean and Reaver, or will you let them lie for now?
They can try.
Sleeping dogs can lie.
Let them sleep.
Reaver's actually asleep, leaning with his back against Eridrean's door.
Okay.
Did you convey?
So if anybody wants to wake Eridrean up, they'll have to go through Reaver, and
Morning,
Reaver is going to
Reaver.
cut someone
Why are you waiting? Were you waiting for Eridrean? Oh, you're asleep.
asleep.
Wow, interesting. I'm impressed he hasn't fallen down yet. Well, I get 2 of the Sams to stand next to him with blankets and a pillow for a moment he falls over.
Okay. Held action constantly.
Exactly. If he goes down, there's going to be a pillow on either side and a blanket less than 6 seconds after.
Okay.
Comfort immediate. As soon as he gives in.
Comfort or hiding the body?
Fine line.
I fed well last night.
I played dress up in all the clothes.
You gather for breakfast in your main hall, and Doniirion just comes walking out looking like he's just found his mother's wardrobe. That mismatched.
That's where I left that clothes.
Could I be wearing any more cloaks?
It's pure thespian style. I love it.
There's wolf hair on all of them.
Thespian goodness.
Smells of wet dog.
Why is this not working?
It's like you.
Sounds! Descend!
Do that on Gretty, Groom, and Dry.
West Side Story.
Did you convey any of your conversation about plans in the village? Cool. Nice. I'll just have the spells that I have.
Oh man, warm breakfast food's the best, you know?
Can I pop my head out to see if there's anyone in the village that's woken up or going about their day? Or if
Yes.
there's a queue outside or anything?
There
Doors open.
it's
Oh,
still
locked.
dark outside. You can see twilight at the edge of the horizon, but the sun sets or rises late.
Okay.
One of our window
You
days.
do, yep.
The sun's gonna go.
No!
Yeah, exactly.
The sun is actually just a ball of ice.
You do see people walking around. It does look like there's activity. People are going about their business. You also see that there's a few people kind of hesitantly lingering around the doorway, not really sure what to do.
I'll just go. Breakfast is ready if you guys want to join.
So,
Two goals, I'm back in.
Smell.
yeah, maybe a handful of people that walk in, and as
There's
they come in, but like a few more will trickle in. And you can see these people are definitely they're dressed to go about their daily business. You can see a few of them maybe have baskets with them. There's there's daily lives happening.
Yeah.
Shit just goes on.
Okay.
I like to engage one of them in conversation and find out what their daily lives are like. What do they do for fun? Do they have fun?
When you ask for fun, there's a definite there's not a lot of time for fun. Life here is just constant survival.
I see.
They hunt, they search, they gather, and to gather they have to travel relatively far to find whatever bushes may have survived this long winter, what is actually bearing fruit this year. There's a few people that tend to the cattle and the few bushes that stand outside town. So far, no word about those just yet. But you would learn that that's mostly the elderly who stay behind in the village.
Makes sense.
And people collect dung and try and make it into a fuel so they can create fires. It's very much survival, man.
Ooh.
Pyramid of needs.
Am I remembering incorrectly or correctly? Do we still have an alchemy jug?
We do.
That can produce oil, can't it? Whoever has that item.
I can tell you in a moment.
It's in the bag of holding.
I'm gonna liquid, uncork it, blah, blah, blah. Maximum uncork the jar. I don't have here which liquids I can create. I will look it up for you.
I did actually just have it on my sheet. I've got it now. Oil, 1 quart. Whatever.
Okay. It would be something to these people. So that's I mean, just make.
Just gonna leave it on the slow pour overnight, just upside down, just a quart at a time.
Yeah, I think just.
I think you have to recork and cork, so you need a machine to
No, you
recork
don't.
it.
You just get a Sam to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, just a Sam just
You get a Sam to give them a bunch of oil
Yeah.
overnight.
I think we just kind of can we jar up the oil out of the alchemy jug?
Hey, if you drink all the oil I've got here,
So it
you can take it outside with you.
it produces whatever liquid it's producing per day.
Per day.
Yeah.
It's a core of that. Where is it? Remind me for a second. I'm just trying to find cool through the water.
It's right there.
I know. As soon as I said that, I looked down, I was like, oh, there it is. Damn it.
Just trying to find that spell.
Yeah. So not everyone's coming in for food and all that kind of stuff.
People leave at the crack of dawn to do their job, and not everyone believes that this magical door will.
It's a breakfast buffet. No one turns down a breakfast buffet. No one's sane, at least. Jesus. Anyway, sorry, Donald. Are we going to try and help establish a stable government? Or are we looking to improve the lives of these people permanently throughout the actions we can do in the next few days and then not? But are we going to go back to Irvine? Are we going to check out what's happened there? I mean, obviously, we're missing a third of the group here.
I think we need to take a winter vacation here because some of us are dying. Or
as in for rest and recover. Yes, I'm all for that.
yes.
So are you wanting over the next 2 days this and better the lives of people here whilst everyone recovers?
Sure. Sounds like a great time.
Alright, I'm not opposed to that idea actually.
We can use sending to check in at home and make sure nothing's caught fire, but what can happen in 3 days?
No.
3 days later.
On that note, I will use sending to contact Luna and ask.
I like how we've shifted from the Kaniga as our point of contact with Seathan to Luna, who is now definitely running the country.
Hey, it's Finn.
Why don't you write these down before you start casting the spell?
Because I'm chaotic.
Because yes, I did that on purpose.
We have stopped the assassins. Hopefully. Have you seen anything weird?
7 words.
We will be back in a couple days.
Back in a couple days.
You get back. Is that to Eridrean or Sam?
How dare she?
Thank goodness I'm so sick of the inside of these walls. Nothing weird's here. Say hi to Knockers. I've got nothing.
I've got
Yeah.
Worms.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
okay.
What were we going to do after this?
We're going to go back to Ryan. We're going to help establish, hey, this is magic. It has rules. Don't kill people with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't Doniirion want to do something? Where's Doniirion?
Did anyone want to go find his dad?
That's fair.
Doniirion's kind of sitting around the table, grounded in cloaks. Yeah, I'm going to go see my dad.
Cool.
I think he's in heaven, but maybe like a good heaven, like not dead heaven.
The realm of Iron, you mean?
Not dead heaven. Sorry.
Smart heaven.
Fucking smart heaven. Nerd heaven.
I assume you want us to come with you because you can't get there without us.
I was going to propose like a
Congratulations.
prison break idea.
Ooh, we've not done one of those yet.
Well, I'm just imagining my dad's locked up now.
There we go.
I just want to clarify. You want to go to the realm of one of the deities of knowledge.
You what now?
You have to be paying. You haven't been paying attention.
Do we know that?
Yes, we do.
Donald doesn't actually know that.
Do we know that?
Oh.
I don't think we know
Cedric
that.
doesn't know this from any other source.
Okay,
I have not heard anything about that.
Tom knows that Ayun is supposed to be the god of knowledge in the
No, yeah,
the
it's
Forgotten
been
Realms, whatever.
it's
Is that where it's
been
from?
briefly
Someone
mentioned
mentioned
by yeah, absolutely.
It was a powerful
It
person. but I can't
was
remember
Madame Walker, maybe. I feel like it happened in the Fey Wild, but someone made a joke about it. It's been mentioned
who. Yeah,
In this campaign.
in this campaign.
I don't know. He'll be interested in that.
of course not.
I don't think it's
So
far
I can't remember where I heard it, but I definitely heard it somewhere recently from someone very powerful who I should definitely
Some
listen
realm
to.
of knowledge.
Yeah. Ayun, the realm of Ayun, which is where your dad definitely said you should go visit. And Ayun, I found out, heard from someone who probably knows their shit, so I'm going to trust my memory on this one because I'm usually okay. And Mercer Valley, in the corner of my eye, that Ayun was a deity of knowledge. Yes, because it was ironic that Ayun didn't know something.
Almost, but yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Was it Lyra? No, it can't be. She doesn't know anything. They don't know anything. Focusing. Steady, focus.
Focusing. Sorry.
Ayun, God of Knowledge, your dad,
Cool.
servant of God of Knowledge in some capacity.
I just feel like
Your
it's
dad's very powerful,
Yeah, but he probably be safe now.
but we are not very powerful compared to people like your dad.
We just
I
killed
don't
like
know.
an evil.
Action economy is pretty strong.
Have you not encountered creatures with legendary reactions yet? I'm still.
Yes.
Kind of shaking back and forward, having a dream, and it's one of those dreams where you go round and round in circles and never really get anything done.
I don't think
what an incredibly meta dream.
But we should definitely go there and talk to you
Why is there
guys.
so many cloaks
Yes, sir.
in this dream?
Do you know your dad's true name?
What?
Do you know your dad's true name?
No.
Why are you asking? That's a very pointed question. You don't know my true name.
Steve the Angel.
Are true names a thing?
Can you do
In your
if you found out my true name, could you
campaign
bind me? Could you marry me?
I think.
What do you mean by true
I think in this game, Finn's like, I can't go summon Dad.
He gets Finn's actual dad is like, so you've discovered the truth at last, son. It's me, Chaos.
Imagine Chaos with mustache now.
It's just your dad there with some milk, being like,
Milk, cigarettes in the back pocket.
I told you one day. Come home.
So why would no one think
Two reasons. One, we keep referring to him as your dad, and I'm just wondering if you've ever referred to him by his name, if your mum has told you what his true name is. I can ask her if you want.
Yo, what's Doniirion's dad's name? We need it for a spell.
And if I know that name, names are powerful things. There are many things.
What's your full name?
Fenner Jameson.
Tell me about your middle names.
I don't have any.
You're so boring.
But knowing a true entity's name, as I'm sure Eridrean is very well aware of, is an important thing.
What's your true name?
A, I'm not here. B, has that...
As Eridrean's very well aware of, there's a
Is
that folklore or a racial stereotype?
Yeah, I don't think that's ever been established as canon in this campaign section.
It's a spell thing though, as in like you can only summon it if you know its proper name.
There's a few spells I already have that are if you know this creature's name.
Now let's be clear. Is this a racial stereotype?
Yeah, but
or an actual
that's just
thing?
an identification thing. It's not a true name, I have power over you kind of thing.
Oh no, I meant more in dealings, like as in, you make a deal situation, not a true name, you have power, like...
Stop arguing with a ghost.
Eridrean's just been
Yeah, it's like one of the Sams is actually Eridrean from that one time I transformed and it's just being sassy at you over breakfast.
I'm so effective at being who I am that even when I'm not there, you still feel the need to argue with me.
The fill-in Sam it's Sam, Eridrean Sam, and it's just like programmed to just disagree with anything you say.
Two
Like,
Sams in a wig at the table.
Yes, everyone else is like a shape-changed version of that version of the Sam, except for the Eridrean one, which is a terrible wig.
and like a leaves stitched together cloak, and it's just programmed to be the devil's advocate in whatever situation that you're in.
And needlessly haughty.
Yeah.
I also ask because when I commune or divine, knowing things about who I'm trying to contact, who I'm trying to see, it's important.
We've met him.
I know.
He hasn't said a single word to any of us. But we've like been in the same space.
words for him.
But except his son.
Okay, fair.
Did he speak to Greggy?
So?
I don't know, you don't really remember. You do remember, you had your memories come back to you.
Oh yeah, we were fully resolved, right? Oh yeah, we were.
Gregory was kind of busy being dead.
No.
Yeah.
So
Moving on.
So in a way,
You
he
don't
said
know your
some
dad's name.
verbal components to him.
Can I have some mum though?
I could ask your mum. Do you mind if I give your mum a call?
Fair.
I also call him Dad.
I also call him Doniirion's dad.
Doniirion does not know why you asked this, but sure.
Please don't piss about with divine creatures that will take vengeance.
I'm not trying to piss about. I'm trying to help Doniirion.
Helping Doniirion is fine.
Prison break.
Actually, no. What? I didn't hear what you whispered. Please don't mess around with divine creatures.
Oh yeah.
Shut up, other me.
I want to try and cast Sending.
God, you're the worst and also the best. High five. Yeah.
Hi, it's Finn.
Oh my god.
Doniirion's friend. Doniirion is
From high
fine
school.
and well. What is Doniirion's father's name?
Asking for a spell. It might help.
We think it is important and wondered if you knew.
I thought you were going to say
Of course you'll know. She married him.
I know. That like his.
She called it that too.
Maybe a fake name, like I wouldn't have. I hope
Can you imagine it's a fake name?
He said his name was Rodrigo.
What if it's like an English name?
It was actually Rackaroo.
When you go to different plane, you give yourself a pronounceable name.
Rarasaur.
Hi, Finn.
You're right, actually.
I know I'm
I would
right.
be in Celestial.
I'm so glad to hear that Doniirion is well.
Oh god, can you imagine? She hears your voice and she panics.
I hope Grecky's well too. Just let them know they're always welcome here and that we really miss them. No magic. Doesn't know us anything.
I know.
If only someone had stuck around to tell them how some of the magical aspects of their new lives were.
We're getting there. We're getting
Who
there.
suggested that? Who did? Oh!
You're not there. Shut up.
Staying on focus for a moment.
No, this is perfect. This is what we need.
So, I'll just give her a few seconds. She's probably still talking.
Do you know what her name is?
Mienna.
It's in here.
Mienna.
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 And
This spell only allows 25 words to.
Is 25 2 words or 1 word? 'Cause you put...
I know it's exactly.
It's time for an next no.
carry
Raise
on.
that finger, boy!
Be communicated
At a time.
at a time,
You can reply to this message. So,
including replies.
no, not including replies, it's 25 words separately.
Please respond after the siren.
So this is Sam correcting her.
I like to think it's not even Sam, it's just like a Sam that you position next to Finn to bother Finn when he's casting.
Yes.
What was his name?
Again? Kind regards.
Oh, hi again, Finn.
Oh,
There seem to be a lot of pauses to get to 25 words.
25 words.
Oh, it's 21.
I don't know how to tell you his name.
That
I
Alright. Three more.
yeah, would have
Would have
to.
2.
Show you.
I really like to think in the village, your mom is just sitting there like speaking forward, and there's a person in the village that's like,
It's 100%. No, it's 100% Alassi who's sitting there next to her, going like, "There, those were 26 words. No wonder Doniirion's so bad at counting. Look at how you just mucked it up."
My memory flicks back to a Finn with a map. Is it here?
Eridrean and we were having the same dream.
That's my
last
This is the
time.
reason
Okay.
divine intervention never worked.
25 words. That is it. Please, just the name.
But she said she couldn't.
If you can.
That wasn't 25 words.
Good. I love to imagine that it's like
Sorry. Alassi is so distracting. Focusing now. You can almost hear the consideration.
Finn is just nose bleeding right now.
His name is a song. But I just called him my love.
See, this is why I said actual name. A song? It's beautiful. No, I know. It's fucking gorgeous. But
That's it. Do I continue now? How many? I've lost count. Shit, Alessi, where am I at?
Where?
Okay.
It's a song,
You were counting down, I was counting up.
but I
That's beautiful! Angel names are songs. Already says this.
him my love. Oh, it's fucking cute. I'm stealing
What happens
that.
if you try and summon my love? Do I appear?
No, let's not poke that. No.
Because with multiclassing, you can't ever do that.
Oh, moment of silence.
Yeah. Still got divine intention now.
It's okay, because of multi-classic, I can't.
Okay, his name is a song, but I called him my love. Well, I looked at his name and go, you really are your mother's son. And I mean in the most wholehearted, wholesome way. I love it.
Doniirion,
But conciseness is not a virtue.
Can you count to 25? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Conciseness is not a virtue that.
That the family possess. Well, maybe the dad does. But your dad's name is a song.
That's a weird name.
Look.
A song.
Yeah.
Song.
Your mother said
Like the tea?
His name is a song.
This explains everything.
Oh my god.
His name is a song, but I always called him my love. Now, I'm not sure if that means anything to you, or if you're just about to hear that and then suddenly hidden memories or anything like that. But I don't know. Might happen. It's happened before.
That was traumatic.
Yeah, it was. I never said it wasn't going to be traumatic. But that's all that your mother was able to convey.
Was there any notable song that mother would sing to me?
Roll me a history check.
That's a yes.
What is guidance?
really
Ooh,
1d4.
a history check, did you say? Ooh.
Oh.
That's
I
such
could actually see
that's
what the
such a
D4
good go-to.
Plus 2 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
There was quite a strong culture for a start of song, lullabies, or just, general noise making. But when your mom was not paying attention to anything and maybe looking at a particular green oak tree or at a bird that flitted by off to its nest to feed its baby birds, she would sometimes hum to herself. And you have a vague memory of it. It's never struck you as anything significant, just someone humming to themselves. Why, that's not, it doesn't stand out per se. But you remember her occasionally looking at something going, whether that means anything or not, the only reason you're thinking of it right now is because you're trying to remember that kind of happiness on your mom's face. And there's a specific far off look that she'd get in her eyes in those moments.
Sam, tell me I'm like a tree.
Never have I seen the wind blow through someone's hair more like tree leaves than yours.
Beautiful. Could I perform this song?
At least say a prayer.
From what I can remember.
You can repeat this few times.
It's literally
Okay. I would like to perform it as best as I can, as accurately as I can to him. Like
And
pitch
do you
perfect.
say that you're going to do this to him? Like say, hey, I'm about to perform a
Yes,
song?
here's a song.
Okay. Well, and clear is important, so enhanceability equals.
Like as pitch perfect as possible from my memory.
You try.
No.
I'll let you roll a performance.
Oh.
You have advantage here.
Advantage.
No D4, unfortunately.
I can read and write Celestial,
Ooh, that's good.
so I just want to pay attention to
14.
this and just sounds. Memorize.
21 plus 7.
Fuck yeah.
So 28.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, yeah.
2
I got
things.
7.
You perfectly hum the few tunes, the few notes that your mother used to hum. Sam, there's definitely something that the intonation sounds right.
Yeah. Okay. I dig it.
You, hearing this, have a vague suspicion that maybe Doniirion's mother doesn't speak Celestial and is repeating something she heard without speaking the language. Like when a child hears a different language and repeats the words and it just sounds like
how my
it's purely
pronounce bubbles.
Exactly, it's purely phonetic repeating. So it doesn't sound
quite right.
It doesn't sound quite right. It doesn't sound wrong either, but it sounds like someone copying something that they don't fully understand. You can roll an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
you can use Jack of all trades.
I'm proud.
Yes, I can.
Ooh, no. I mean, you can.
We might have to workshop this for the rest of the day, but I can certainly. I should actually tell you the answer.
I mean, I'll never tell you the information otherwise. So.
7.
7? Okay.
We might have to workshop this, but I think there's definitely something there. I don't know if you know this, but I have some passing familiarity with the Celestial language because I wanted to. And I'm really good at languages. It's really helpful when trying to deceive an entire nation and to get it to destroy itself. I assume.
Gliding past that. Okay.
So, yeah, you can. The intonation sounds right, and the melodicness of it sounds correct as well. The familiarity that you have with Celestial is mostly written, I believe.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't heard it spoken, but
I'm beginning to.
This sits right with you. It feels correct. But yeah, it feels just purely phonetic, and like the actual proper meaning is missing.
Yeah. I've got a lot of written text. I'm going to start, now that I have some sounds that I know match to some words, there's every possibility that just working with the intonation and the characters that I know what they mean, even if I don't know what they sound like, this can serve, like, I've got the whole day, time to kill. I'll go skiing later. I'm going to spend the bulk of my day, unless something else comes up, working on this.
Okay. Yeah.
And maybe, some more samples and I'll get it. Or just time.
Yeah.
We'll find it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, before the day starts.
Yes.
How's the library?
Thank you. Roll me D100. No, you don't have to. You passed the con save yesterday. The 100 check yesterday. You don't have to roll D100 at all.
Cool. How is she?
Do you ask?
Yeah. Just morning. How are you doing?
I'm quite alright. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Do you speak Celestial? Or sing Celestial?
Of course I do.
Ooh, I don't know if that's...
I have a project if you fancy spending some time together.
I would love nothing more.
Oh,
Reaver starts having a nightmare. Like, no.
Sounds like I'm in danger, but I like it.
People are making terrible choices and there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
Ooh, cake.
Poisoned cake, you say? Why, yes, it does taste delicious. I'm good.
Okay.
My day is filled.
Next.
Disaster.
Anything you wish to do?
Not until everyone's up.
Okay.
We need to talk together.
In which case, for the sake of brevity, you all have a day inside a warm place where you actually get some rest, which is nice after the last few days of, cold and murder, near-death experiences. Reaver, you wake up lying sideways on a pillow, blanket on top of you. You're still in front of the door though.
I will try and roll to not fall over.
Okay. Go for it.
Reaver has slept rough so often against the backs of trees, there's no way it would fall.
I don't know whether this would fall under a con, a dex, or a strength saving throw. Just roll d20. Let's see what you get.
Hi.
Is that 19?
Yep.
Yeah, no. I am resolute.
You wake up, and there's a pillow inches from your head, ready to catch it. And a blanket inches from your body, ready to cover you.
So what would I have been using for this? I just want to know how high I rolled.
Let's say calm.
Go on.
Sleep. Deprived.
Okay. Sweet. I would have only been 21. Still though.
You
I
wake
wake
up somewhat stiff, but you wake up.
It's just the two Sams, like, no. Get up then.
Leave us. Leave the pillows.
I'll check in on Eridrean.
Okay. Eridrean, you don't want to wake up yet.
No.
It's so nice and warm in the blankets. You turn around, you lay on your side, you move to the left. You really need to use the bathroom. Go back to your right side. You didn't feel it when you lay on your right side.
This is an experience.
Stop.
It's there now, and you cannot unfeel it.
Do you piece of...
Do you have prestidigitation?
No one? No.
No one would have known. Reaver walks into the room.
I do have prestidigitation.
You consider it for a moment when you hear the door quietly open.
Wizards just pooped and used magic to get rid of it.
So, mechanical question.
Yes.
First of all, do I lose one of my points of exhaustion?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
You
so
only need 4 hours.
my...
He would have used a full 8 hours.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Super light.
Even if I didn't need to, I still would.
Yeah.
Okay, that means my hit point maximum goes back to its full.
You also heal your full HP. You should have had a long
Okay,
rest.
cool.
Yeah, you're back at...
I was wondering which way round the healing versus
So
reset.
you wake up and you're like, I feel like
half
I'm
health.
okay at full health.
Hit the needles!
What is happening?
Exactly.
As you take an entire half.
The most Reaver will get out of me is an... kind of like the cows.
Reaver will be like, oh shit, the cow. I'll close the door. And I'll go back downstairs and I'll go out the front. Cow's still there.
No, it's no longer there.
Oh no.
Your...
Is the whip still there?
Yes, your whip's there.
And someone would have had to have unknotted it.
It's loose.
So someone's got it. That's fine. I just
It looks unknotted.
I just banished the whip and then head back inside.
Okay.
Because I realised I went out and I'm just like in t-shirt and beard.
Yeah, you
so
go
I'm
out.
like, oh, mistake.
Yep.
Even with cold resistance, screw this shit.
Oh, God. Wait, no, you're not. You're up. You're not in front of me yet. Never mind.
End of the day, Reaver wakes up, and those of you with a higher perception will see Eridrean make his way to the bathrooms.
Just like fully still covered in like all the blankets.
Oh, yes, we've all done that.
Yeah, that is the only thing that will get me out of my bed.
Yes.
And in fact, after the first trip to the bathroom, I'll make a point of trying to find a chamber pot so I don't have to do it again.
Okay. You know your party's awake, give or take.
Is it?
I'm gonna walk over to like the first person I see, probably Nags.
Coffee?
I just take the pot. like, how is Sam with coffee?
Single origin, blended.
Hot bean juice.
But
This is a subject that I know very little about. But I
right,
assume that these kinds of drinks were quite common amongst the nobility in Orion, And so Sam would select some
finest.
adjectives that you would appreciate.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Just like
Does not know what the
Nescafe, just like
Please correct
spit it in the face of the Sam.
Where Sam's from,
Please, Marissa.
the coffee is drunk more like espresso style.
Right,
So,
so like,
Yes,
yeah.
You wanted the pot?
exactly.
So I take it while we were resting, the party decided what we're doing next.
Not decided, but we need to discuss options.
Oh. Do you know what you're doing with everyone else out there? The people.
No, discuss options.
Oh, you're gonna do. Okay, cool. That's fine. I didn't know if it was just fully on you or not. That's fine. Cool. What are the options?
You'd want involved in the decision-making process. I can unilaterally
Take executive control.
I know very little of what's going on here. Other than these people seem to be in a bad way, and they seem to be in a less bad way now.
Yeah, when I say you, I mean you as in the party.
yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
I understand your lack of investment.
Sorry, yeah. Where's everyone? I'll just try and gather the troops.
Yeah.
Except Eridrean. Eridrean can come over in his own time. In fact, I'll find a Doniirion because I'll just stick with Doniirion because Doniirion is going to be the most difficult one to wrangle. So I'm hoping that the party just form around Doniirion.
I mean, I think in the middle of the first file, Doniirion hasn't really gone adventuring yet.
Yeah. Which is shocking because even when you were being stalked by killer assassins, you still went adventuring.
Yeah, but it's cold.
It is cold and just snow everywhere.
Don't wet songs.
So if I'm still in all the cloaks.
I think eventually, it maybe takes already another hour or two, not just make himself presentable, but to find the will and the grumbling stomach enough to leave bed. But eventually, you gather. Some more awake than others, but you gather.
Yeah.
Eridrean, have you ever had alchemy jug wine? I can just make my own wine. I haven't even realized this entire time. I can just make wine from this jug. You've been pressing these fruit.
He's not had breakfast.
Can you make tea from it?
I can make just water, salty water. I can't make tea. Can you modify it? Can I modify it?
Doniirion, we have a kitchen.
No, I wouldn't make tea from it. It would be a blasphemy. Yeah, I'll use the kitchen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are we doing?
I'm learning Celestial.
No.
I think our plan was to stay one more day here.
Okay.
For
Need to recover.
those who need to recover to recover.
Right. We stay one more day. That sounds like we're moving on to somewhere else.
Yeah. This one wants to steal his angelic super dad from under the eyes of.
Oh yeah, you were asleep. Prison break.
Okay.
Keep saying prison break.
That seems
This one wants us to be responsible and look after the continent of Orion, which we turned on its head. I kind of get that.
Yeah.
But I also get wanting to find one's forebears because.
Wait, is he in prison?
I just assume so. It's either that or we can go to heaven and have great tea.
Specifically said after the encounter with him that he was likely to get his wings clipped for this. So I assume that coming to Greki's rescue is forbidden or possibly evil. Who knows? I would disagree with that assessment
This
personally.
is the first downtime we've had since then, and I'd like to go as fast as possible to make sure it's not clipped.
Okay.
Because
And-
people can fly.
So, we can communicate with people over great distances, right?
We don't know
Is
his
that
name.
something
It's
we
a
can
song though. I can hum it for you, but
It's a song.
we think it's a celestial word that nobody can speak.
No, celestial names are historically they are small phrases, but they are sung.
This is coming directly from Doniirion's mother, so
Okay.
She learned how to use sending on her third try. Fourth try. How many spell slots did you use? 4. Oh my god.
Have I ever done sending?
That's good considering it sounds like you didn't learn how to use it, and you've known it an entire time. Nice to get across that there's only so many words can be used.
No, I got that across on the second try.
No, you didn't.
I did.
That's the no. You establish it on the first try, then you don't waste the second.
Yeah, no,
I've used sending with her before. We just haven't needed her to get, go through 25 words.
Okay.
So Lyra and I are practicing our celestial singing.
I see.
I've also just realised I could just try and talk to your dad directly.
But we don't know. I thought you knew this.
I know. It's just. I mean, I've seen him. I can give it a go.
Excuse me, Doniirion's father, also known as my love.
Yeah. Excuse me, da-da-da. Yeah.
Does that count as a single word?
I mean, I'm just generally disappointed that he didn't come back with Baba Black Sheep, and that you then went on to believe that was his dad's name.
Tremendous.
I'm a little teapot, short and stuff.
In celestial.
Here are my wings, now cut them out.
No! Frederick Jameson!
Wow.
I can hurt you.
I think that's the most ominous thing ever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stop him.
Okay.
No, fair. I'm still up for rest. Yeah, we'll rest for another day.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to help with Doniirion and connecting with his father. And until we have a better understanding how to do that, we can help Orion. Is why I want to.
There's no harm, though, I think, in just messaging Doniirion's father and just saying, Doniirion asks prison bake?
I would just like to say, whilst I can do that, sometimes sending doesn't work, or sometimes sending works really well, but some people don't want you to use sending. And there's like a small nosebleed from Finn.
Well, you can try and use sending, and if that fails, I can try.
Why don't you try? Because Finn's always doing sending.
Because my one takes a lot more effort.
Mine, I can do it a lot more than he can, because his is good, but I've just got more of it.
What?
Indeed.
Thank you, Eridrean. Would you like another bagel?
Oh, no, I can't get sending.
Oh,
No.
what do you do? You do the eye thing.
No. Okay.
I know you visit.
You contact the plane directly, right?
Yes.
Cool. Well, are people about ready for me to just give this a go?
Ready?
See why you don't do it very often.
Yeah. Sure.
It's okay. I've looked after
have
saying people before.
One very important question before I decide which way to cast my bow.
Okay, of course.
Floating.
What's the weather like there?
In the plane I am.
Yeah, the place where.
Heavenly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't actually know.
I do. And the answer is heavenly.
Wait a minute. His dad was just wearing plain clothes, or was he topless? I can't remember.
He was wearing a kind of
It was like
what's it called? A toga.
Oh, nice. That's good.
the weather is not shit there.
He had like bronze skin, yeah?
Yes.
Like metal bronze or canned bronze? You can never tell what's left.
Angelic bronze.
Dude was tanned and in a toga. We're going to a good place.
We're going, yeah.
Yeah.
How hot is Doniirion's dad now? Just think about it.
Settle.
A tan guy in a toga.
How hot's your dad?
Oh, right. Before I cast this,
Yes.
I'm going to cast resistance on myself.
Okay.
Max, what do you think?
About specifically.
Everything we've been talking, you've not been listening. That's
No,
not, you are regal and in charge and have a whole kingdom to consider. No, this whole shenanigans.
About the prison break.
Yes.
And contacting James'
And
father.
the ridiculous way that he didn't send to his father in the first place rather than.
I know, right? Who would forget their own abilities?
I mean, if you give me 5 minutes, like I've not written my spells out for today, I could do the sending. I could.
That's a terrible. I feel like as a diplomat, Sko, the leader of the cult of the endless winter.
I feel like we might be communicating on a more level playing field.
That's a horrifying image. Kind of into it. Moving on.
Yeah, I'll cast resistance on myself.
Can I get some like herbs and just burn them around Finn and incense burner and just chant nonsense to make him feel better?
Yeah.
Good, you're inspired.
Because I know that Finn's about to just go off on one, so you should. If there's any words that you want to send, you should probably.
And Max presents Finn with quill and a bit of paper.
Oh, thank God. You are truly the smartest in the party. So anyway, whilst this is maths,
Let's do the message first.
Talk directly to the person that we're trying to get the words out of.
Is there anything that you want to say?
Just say,
Specifically? I've not started yet.
I'm sorry and thank you, and don't get yourself killed for me, and don't.
can we compress this?
Sorry and thanks. That works.
Sorry and thanks.
Doniirion's grateful and apologizes. Yeah.
But also
You're adding words.
No. Sorry, thanks. It tells who it's from and what it means. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, you've never heard your voice before. Start with hi, it's Finn. Doniirion's friend.
It's Finn, Doniirion's friend.
The same 5 words that you said to his mother.
Hello.
It's Finn. It's me. Doniirion's friend.
Hi, it's
Doniirion's
Finn.
grateful
Doniirion
and apologizes.
apologizes.
He wants to help you.
Right, so you don't need he wants to help you, just say prison break. 2 words.
No, I think. Should we visit Prison Break?
Should we?
That's 2 separate questions.
Should we visit? Stop.
Oh no, how do we
Prison break.
visit?
Stop.
Do we even know how we're going to visit? I was just going to start walking somewhere and hope I ended up there.
That's not going to.
It's not going to work, is it?
Let's focus on that later. That could also be part of the question, which you could reply to in 25 words. Give us full detailed instructions. Should we visit Prison Break?
No, not
How
should
do
we
we get
visit,
there?
just how do we visit?
How do we visit?
No question.
Yeah, because how do we visit also covers should we visit.
Yeah.
Because if we say how do we visit and he goes, you should never come here, then we no.
Right. How do we
No,
visit?
that we absolutely should go there.
Yeah, 100%.
Cast.
Have you got the words written down?
Mhm.
How many are there?
Don't answer, Sam.
It's Finn, Doniirion's friend. Doniirion's grateful and apologizes. He wants to help. How do we visit?
Prison Break?
Also, potential prison break.
There's a brief moment, then your head explodes.
There is a brief moment, but instead, it's more like a warm feeling spreading within you as you hear this gentle voice in your head.
Why not say, what's your name?
It's okay. He responded, hello, Finn. Dad.
It's an angel talking to you like, damn,
Play the game right there.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Okay, yeah.
This is why I got spell slots, people.
Oh, that's a weird first word.
Shit.
That's his name.
Shit, speaking in Celestial.
Stop. Too much.
Hi, Finn.
That's 1 word, right?
It's actually not.
Hey, it would be a dad joke as well.
There's no need for Doniirion to apologize for anything.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's an angel, you can probably do that. But for the record, we're at 11.
I can't wait to see him here.
See him here, or he will join me in a
He should already be attuned to this plane by blood. And I'm on 23. That's what I get, is it not?
25.
25.
So that was
No. That's me, sorry. Say hi.
Oh. We were actually at 28. But so he got 30 somehow. But angels, am I right?
Angels.
Celestial radiance.
Heck yeah. That's a really useful ability of angels. You get 5 extra words in your sending. It's right there in the stack.
It's not raw material.
By blood. Say.
I convey everything that he said, and say to me that
The voice of heaven.
your father says there's nothing for you to apologize for, and that he cannot wait to see you, and that you are already attuned to that place through your blood. So you're the key to get us there.
What does that mean?
It means we don't need a tuning fork. You are the tuning fork.
What does make it?
We went through this before, I'm pretty sure.
I'm concerned.
With Nax?
Does that mean we can go to the Feywild just by
Talking to Tatiana, yes.
No, hitting him against the surface and listening to the notes.
No. There's a gateway to it.
Is anybody else a little bit concerned that he didn't mention any of the danger, ignored the prison break thing, didn't clarify whether he was in danger or not? One way or the other, I would have expected, oh, I'm not in trouble, or I am in trouble, please help.
He only had 30 words.
I can ask again.
Dad, you told us exactly what he said.
Yeah, I say exactly. Leave no and don't leave any words out.
Also find out what his name is this time.
I will go to do that. Yeah.
He did say he's
something.
looking forward to Doniirion coming. That's
Does anything
not
sound
what you
odd
typically say about a prison.
in the words he said to me?
Or
Like,
Finn,
Yes.
the fact that he didn't mention that either one way or the other, maybe that in itself is a clue. Can other people listen on your sending spells?
It's under
Can other people listen to my sending spells?
Group text.
You go like, pa-ching! Ayun picks up the message and is like, here you go!
Fucking like KGB listen to.
What are you sending back?
If you were to have Nax's telepathic bond send up and kind of open transmit through there, I would allow that. But as in an outside force intercepting it, you have never heard, experienced, known that to be a thing?
We can test it.
I can ask.
No, we
But
can test
he could
it.
be on a telepathic
Yeah,
bond at the
I
other
see.
end.
You can't ask
No,
because
as in I can ask the source of my powers.
Or, and this might be more fun, message sending Uyala. The voice of the wind, who's trapped by chaos.
No, God, no. Are you kidding? No, I started the book and I had
I don't think she's
My
trying to
brain
chaos
fried.
anymore. She's
wait,
gonzo, right?
you've scried on stuff and been caught.
Ooh.
Is sending the same type of
Scrying?
magic?
No, because we remember when we've seen people try to scry on us. We've seen what that looks like. That's a thing, but I don't think it's
Also, I don't
this.
think angels let you scry on them.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, actually, that's.
I mean, I let you scry on me all the time.
Oh.
You're no angel.
What would
No.
what would happen if, let's say, like you said that the thing in charge, the being in charge is something of knowledge, right? But doesn't know things about here.
I assume so. Here is the thing you can know things about. I assume it knows everything.
What happens if it only knows stuff about its stuff? Like maybe it inherently knows everything that its followers know.
Or everything that happens within its divine realm.
Like the horrible brain thing.
The Elder Brian. Brain.
Yeah. You okay?
Sorry, I just had that moment of recollection there.
But like it was sort of
We had to stab that.
it sort of knew what the other ones knew, and they all knew. So
It's entirely possible that heaven is just this heaven is a specific like single entity hive mind, and that but no, because his dad got in trouble for disobeying, right?
yeah, so they knew they had left.
But
So
also,
there's some sort of
there are dissenting wills. So I think we can say that they are not all brain hive minds.
Okay.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that one.
Great. So are we going then? Is this?
Are there any burning issues in Orion that need to be taken care of now? Because we've only been here for like 3 days now. Like, we've got months to fix Orion. But every day without it, a new disaster would happen that we don't know about.
And what are we doing here?
Well, should we discuss that?
Yeah.
I really need a few nights rest before I go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we've got time to decide.
Can't we rest on the way? But can we just teleport here straight to?
Yeah.
Fool?
To Thule.
Well, we can always teleport to Thule.
Yeah.
This is what I meant when I said we're too important for consequences.
Golden gods.
We should rest before we go to heaven.
One of them.
A big long rest.
Whoa! Sounds like a U2 lyric.
I don't think did your dad say that at all? Was he like come to heaven, or is it just something that Sam imposed and now you're saying
He said, I can't wait to see him here. In that exact ominous voice.
Did you use the term heaven?
Oh no.
No. That's just you embellishing.
That's one of the words used to describe a heavenly realm where angels fucking dwell.
Well, what do you call here?
Can I
You're not heavenly?
I certainly am.
virtually cast commune?
So where angels dwell, right?
Mm.
Okay, so the plane of chaos. Heavenly for you?
I mean, it had its moments,
Okay.
Finn.
but only moments. Changes are weird.
Want to ask
Blood hedge
3
maze.
questions.
Flirty.
Can my sending be intercepted?
As you sit down, tune out the bickering of the party around you.
Alright, I just do the fucking staring to the middle distance like.
Imagine that second nature.
Exactly. You know, imagine the sound of the wind in the sails and the gentle creaking of the boat, the kind of white noise that the sea creates around you. Familiar warmth comes to you. The answer that you get, and I'll give you this one, is rarely.
Oh. I presume that Beans of Ioun would be one of the ones that would be able to do so, correct?
Beings of Ioun?
Sorry.
No, like the beans of Ioun.
Ioun's beans be telekinetic.
Where are these magical beings? No, they float around your head. 3D ants.
Beings.
Like beings. You mean like the?
I mean, like the god of like. I don't know what the god about like. Like how they would be referred to as like
your mind.
You know,
Roll me a religion check before you ask that question,
Sorry.
because you have studied in a temple for some time.
Fart first, you get +3 to your.
So that is, I don't have a modifier to religion. I did have a roll of 9 on that inspiration dice though, so 21.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I inspired you.
The goddess of knowledge is often referred to as Ioun. That's knowledge that you definitely would have. It's not someone you've paid a lot of attention or interest to. It falls entirely out with your field.
You don't need knowledge to be a physician.
Well, you get your knowledge. You get your knowledge elsewhere. You don't believe in the divine aspect of it per se. So, with that knowledge, what do you want the question to be?
I presume Ioun can intercept this, correct?
Your first question.
Yes, she could.
So I'll talk about, but it's.
Is there easier ways than a giant crystal to kill a god?
To kill
What?
What? So sort of shot in the dark. Is Doniirion's father trapped in the realm of iron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Prison break.
Confirmed trapped.
Never told him.
And can I come back to the conversation?
You come back to Nax and Reaver just about to discuss what the hell they were going to do with this place.
Just a little update. Yes.
So you think you're...
I could intercept the message,
I told you.
but she may not have, who knows. Also, Doniirion, your father is trapped there. So prison break isn't
Off the cards.
Oh, it's not that it's off the cards. It's just that it's not inaccurate. It's not off the cards. It seems.
No, it's not off the cards.
It's not off the cards.
Exactly.
like trapped, or
Trapped.
do you mean like?
He can't freely leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like as in like, hey, I'm like in the way that if I were to never planar travel, or someone were to put a non-planar travel thing on me, I would be trapped in my own world, but totally fine because I'm.
Do you mean
I enjoy it
incarcerated
here.
versus like?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I do not know.
Are we doing?
Central Australia.
Are we doing prison break, or are we just alleviating a minor inconvenience?
Well, I don't know. This
Okay.
is the thing.
Great.
Why don't you sending and ask him?
Well, because
Why don't you sending Iron and ask her? That won't go wrong.
See, that was the if this didn't work, that was my option.
It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. Just another Dramalik, whatever.
Adrama was starved mad in the anti-magic field and still nearly killed us all.
Yeah, so this one will be easier to talk to because
No.
it isn't starved or mad, presumably.
So,
And we presumably know better.
We've never met a god who isn't. But
what
also-
are the party's plans?
So yeah, first off, we need to decide what we're going to do with all the people here. How best to deal with them.
We'll leave them to it.
So we could leave them to it. I guess my fear is that someone else will fill this vacuum we've created, as that seems to be what happens here. I don't really trust Rashrego.
How come?
He, well, first off, I spoke to some locals here and they've informed me that he came from the castle and is not here, whereas he tells me he's lived here his whole life,
Well, those are
which
inconsistencies.
seems sus.
Dig it.
I mean, it may be an entirely innocent lie, but
Maybe those two things, like if he was created in the castle.
I mean, any of you are welcome to try and glean more from Rashrego to get a feel from him.
I'll put that on my action list.
I can do that.
While we're lingering, waiting for Eridrean to feel more themselves.
Should we... Do you want to...
Message Doniirion's dad to get his name. Yes.
No. Fucking...
Wrong conversation.
The amulet that you've got, they'll let you control the things that
Yeah.
are causing the kind of power vacuum or dynamic. If we leave with it, that kind of solves that problem.
Yeah, that was one consideration. I guess the consideration against that is, if we leave with that, are they just going to stay put and do nothing, or does it control them and prevent them, running amok?
Can you give the amulet to the person you want to be in charge of this place?
Well, if we could find someone that we're happy to be in charge and act as my puppet, then yes.
I say we keep it. Add another priceless artifact to our avaricious void.
Right there, Lyndon.
Could you? We don't really. I don't know if you do, but we don't really need, like, 19 statues or whatever that can cut people in half. So could you just have them all destroy each other and render it entirely void?
We could invite the townspeople to watch. Have another party.
I think
But deathmatch.
I'm genuinely in favor of, like, their needs are protection, I assume food, and maybe shelter. They haven't spent much time in here today, so maybe not shelter, I don't know. But, like, couldn't 18 big automatons be of, like, real use to these people?
Well, yeah, potentially protection and that. In which case, someone probably needs this amulet to.
Do they? Can you not just issue an order and then
Sign
leave?
orders.
As long as they're
Yeah,
not.
I guess yeah. Could try that.
Let the
Well-
let the appointed elder of the village, whoever that be, follow their orders. Something like that. I don't know. Eridrean is better with words when it comes to contracts.
Yeah, well, that's it. If there was someone who was clearly in charge, but that doesn't seem to be. I mean, Rego seemed to be taking the lead as far as the representative, but he. I don't know.
We should question him on that inconsistency.
I feel like if you take away the statues, then he's the biggest fish in the pond. So
why don't we give him the statue so he grows to a shark in the pond?
No.
We could also leave someone with the amulet and present them with an overarching threat that would prevent them from wanting to do anything nefarious.
Are you suggesting we threaten them with "we'll be back later"? Don't fuck it up.
Something along those lines, yeah.
We've taken this amulet from one person, we can take it from another.
Ooh. They don't call us the Topplers for nothing.
They don't call us the Topplers.
No. That's like maybe your worst one.
Try again. Come back to us in a few hours.
Like, don't even workshop that. Just no.
You've been that.
No.
I'm getting. This is the most engagement and response I've heard from any of them. So we'll get some short list.
So do I gather correctly that you want to stay at least one more night?
At least
one more.
Probably
Okay.
2, 3 more. But it's the evening, so I should probably recast this spell before it yeets us into the cold.
Yes. Yeah.
Just then.
For my information, how, in rough lines, how many nights are you planning to stay here?
2.
And, okay.
3, please.
I get bored after one more night.
I say 2 more, and then
You can hold a performance each night.
2 more, and I can also do.
I can
If
start
anyone
singing
else is
selective.
lingering, I can fix them up.
2 and a fix?
2 and a fix.
Well, if we're staying another few days, does anyone want to come back to the castle with me and can at least find out if these automatons can leave there? As a start and
We could just
see how say standing orders work and stuff. We can try a few things.
I feel I wouldn't be much help there because I can't travel great
You
distances
stay
quickly.
and save people. That's what you do.
Thank you.
I'll go and potentially get swatted by some automatons.
Do you want me to come with?
Could we wait until the mansion was about to run out, walk a mile, and then cast it again?
Sure.
Just gradually. or even peep out the door, dimension door 500 feet away, cast it again. Wait until the following day.
This was literally my suggestion in coming here to find the assassins, but you all laughed at me then, but now it's cold, you're like, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, but it's cold.
Yes, and you're right, but...
I like the idea of testing all the automatons if we've got a few days.
Okay.
I'm not...
So 2 nights, you want to talk with Ragrego
Yes, and sing with Lyra.
and sing with Lyra. You want to do I can never say that word. Automaton testing.
Yes, yes, we do.
Yes.
And I want to cast Send again to find out the new dad's name.
Okay.
It's burning me now. Donald is hurting me. It's not.
Eridrean.
E5.
And
God's like,
Doniirion.
that's my battleship.
Do you have any plans over the next 2 days?
I love that.
I am gonna rest.
It's such a
And
good thing to
heal.
say with your
Rest and
friends.
recuperate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rest and befriend the cows.
Okay. Seems good.
Oh.
Learning
And
Celestial.
Finn will just continue his medicine.
Okay. Then, before we end tonight's session, do you want to cast Send?
Yes, oh my god, I want to
Counterspell.
I've been holding this for 2 days.
I'll cast Send at 6th level. Anyways,
between Nax and me, you're fucked.
I'll fucking keep going.
I can do it too. I've got as many spell slots, but I've got more spell slots.
I'll contact other plane. Actually,
just
speak to
wondering
your
if we-
patron and get you privileges revoked.
No, divine intervention.
I was wondering if we cast Sending at the same time, does that create like a crossfire?
The dial tone.
Of a microphone
Yeah,
feedback.
you just get that kind of like unplugged amp noise, like whee!
Finn.
Say if you want to see your dad.
Just you. Hey, what's your name?
That's all he does the bar.
Hey, Sauce, it's me again.
Hello.
Is there anything that
For
only
saying-
we would know?
Hang on.
For saying that to Doniirion. What is your name?
Indulge us.
Beyond Doniirion's dad.
Or my love. Quotation marks. Much love.
And
Are you under any job?
I'm trying to think of a way to say it.
Let the guy have his moment.
How's the weather?
Are you comfortable in Ioun? Doniirion is.
It's so hard to make everyone stop joking.
It was a good question, Mikaela. So
Yes.
Doniirion asks about the weather.
Yes. I get what you meant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And don't you dare say he's still trapped there.
I'm going to presume that was in Ioun's
Yes.
realm. Yes, totally. So. I missed that.
I thought it was a really dumb way of like subtly asking, are you trapped?
are you gonna be my other dad?
Quite. Oh, fuck.
I tried so hard to give you a quiet man.
That was good. The best thing about that was you were first to break as well. You were like, everyone quiet, I'm formally shutting you up.
Are you safe in Ioun?
Are you comfortable?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's your man.
Just a bit in.
Just.
So, Doniirion's
Sorry.
dad.
Yes. Again, you hear his gentle voice. I have been more comfortable. Thank you for asking. I don't know you well enough, Henrik Jameson,
Fucking knows the full name now.
to give you my name. But hopefully I'll see you soon.
Can I?
That's where we ended for tonight.
Comfortably in Ioun.
We ended comfortably in Ioun.
Quick thing.
That's a good place to finish.
I will forget this.
Aw, Tom!